And I will pray in the language of heaven because Biafra is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations and the down-level geological republic has
so we think we reason like a human being. The leader of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and renditioned Kenya to Nigeria. British but Britain has playing, according to Lolo Uchechi Kanu, a paper tiger. That they are helpless, they can't do anything. That is what they are playing. But they are challenging Russia. It's Britain. But they cannot do anything in the case of Nigeria renditioning, her citizen, her national, by name Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because for them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not serving their purpose. It's not serving their interests. They believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is trying to, offset the order they have put in place, the place they have created as Nigeria. That is what they believe. So, why should they? They have to leave him to the wolves. The same way America, tactically left an American citizen by name Gonzalez Lirash, a Chilean-American journalist. He was left in Ukraine, arrested in Ukraine, tortured to death in Ukrainian prison. And married to death. Today, you don't hear about it in the mainstream media. They seldom talk about it because it doesn't fight, it doesn't represent their interests. So it doesn't matter whatever he's saying, whether it's truth or not. What matters is their interest, number one. So they are ready to sell you as a citizen to the wolves, leave you to the wolves to be consumed. Imagine that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting something that Britain considers their interest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never be renditioned. That is, in the first place. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have been renditioned. I am telling you this for you to understand the type of the world we are living in. It's a hypocritical world. A world of hypocrisy. Where they will come and start lecturing us on rule of law, democracy, obeying, obedience to the rule of law, maintaining the rule of law. But they are the hypocrites of this world. Britain continue playing a paper tiger in the face of Nigeria. But when it came to, remember, they defended Omar Diko, United Kingdom, British government. They defended the criminal because he brought money. He brought money. He looted money from Nigeria and brought it to the United Kingdom. So they welcome him, a criminal. When Nigerian government, as of that time, the then Buhari, who was the military head of state in 1982 or 83, wanted to rendition him, Britain thwarted the plan and sent people, arrested people, sent people to jail, and ultimately had a diplomatic row with Nigeria. They severed the diplomatic line with Nigeria for, I think, 2 years. No diplomatic ties with Nigeria. For defending a criminal. Do you see how the world is? Do you see how the world is? Another thing, look at the military coup that took place in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Niger. The whole world was in uproar. Hey, why go to war? They were trying to use Tinubu to go to war in Niger in order to bring back their man. Oh, the democratically elected Bazoum of Niger Republic. Why should he? You know, they are ready to go to the war, go to war. If not for the resistance of African population, not African elites. The African that have you forgotten? The whole social media was awash. It went into flames. Africans everywhere, right from Cape Town to Tunisia, from Senegal to Kenya, the whole population. I'm not talking about the political elites, because the African political elites, most of them are with the West. The whole African population rose up, mostly in the social media, challenging those that want to go to fight war in Niger Republic, that they have to kill the whole Africans, because African population will pump in there in order to resist them. And they saw that it was a no-go area, and they calmed down. They now try to use another method, soft method, in order to cow them. Remember the uproar in Niger military takeover. France wanted to spitting fire direct. He attacked, he provoked Niger, the new the junta, by attacking and releasing terrorists that were in jail in Niger Republic. But the same coup, military coup, took place in Gabon. And do you know what? A few days ago, the military junta that took over in Gabon went to France. I think it was last week, and dined with Macron. The saints, the democratic saints, rule of the law saints, anti-pushist, anti-military coup saints that are lecturing us all the time. But he was eating and dining with the Gabonese military junta. And you ask yourself, why is that? Because they instigated the coup. It was instigated by France. So we come to George Orwell's mantra. All animals are equal, but there are some that are more equal than others. That is the world we are in. Are you hearing me? That is the world we are in. They spit fire. Oh, restore democracy in Niger, because it was not planned by them. But in Gabon, oh, it's welcome. So they don't talk about. Do you know why? The Gabonese president, Ali Bongo, he was trying to disobey some orders from France. Do you know the cause? One of the main causes is that they have seen that France is taking, Europeans are taking much, biting much they can chew. You know, and do you know that they seized many properties of Omar Bongo, his father? Many of their properties in France and many other European countries. Do you know that? They say it is ill-gotten riches. But they allow the then Omar Bongo Odemba, who was the number one friend of Jacques Chirac and French presidents. They allowed him to loot his country dry and bring many of the loots, built many things in France and other European countries. They were eating and dining. Now, at this time, they now started, the man has gone. Now they want to seize everything, but their son said, no, this is our legitimate property. Now they put it that you people make this thing. Your father made this. How did he make the money? It's ill-gotten. So they seized the whole properties. That is where Ali Bongo now started being disgruntled against France. If they call him in the morning, you know, because all these African presidents, they are colonial masters. Every morning they call them to give them order. If they call him in the morning now, maybe his PA will answer and say, no, Omar Bong, he never wake. He's in a meeting. So they see that this man is now trying to do another thing, rebel against us. That's why they struck. In Gabon, I mean, removing the Gabonese president. There is not sin. Everything is okay. They didn't shout down on it because they signed the contract with the new Gabonese military junta to be taking out anything they want. They are destroying Gabonese bushes, the equatorial forest there. Just watch out, watch what is happening in Gabon and in Cameroon. The equatorial forest that is second only to the Amazon is being destroyed by the Europeans. Are you hearing me? Down to even part of Nigeria. In our own southern Nigeria. Everything is for them. This is the world we are in. I am saying this thing for you to understand the type of fight we are in. It is a fight for our survival, to turn the status quo of the world order. That is why today I am going to talk about also, just a brief, about living the continuous colonial legacy. I'm going to talk on it about the world order. The world order. How they structure the world to make Africa a place, a supplier of cheap raw materials. That is what is happening today. Supplier of cheap raw materials, both human beings, both material, any type of materials. That is what I'm going to talk about today, a little bit, because I'm going to continue on this series of living the continuous colonial legacy. But before that, I will read one report, about the court proceeding concerning update on a case filed before the Federal High Court, Owerri, Imo State, by Mazi Chinedu against the Minister of Defense and Chief of Defense Staff in suit number FHCOW-FHR 29/2024. That is what. Let me read it first, because it concerns also our leader. Are you hearing me? Because in the temporal absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the DOS is in command, is in control, is in charge. And the DOS is headed by Mazi Chinedu. You have to deal with it. That is the reality facing us. So anything that concerns Mazi Chinedu, the DOS, concerns us all. Let me read it. This is a write-up by our erudite lawyer, our attorney, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor Esquire. Is our lawyer, IPOB lead counsel. You have to do that. Is it? That is the reality. Now, let me go. The Federal High Court of Nigeria, sitting in Owerri today, being the 6th day of June 2024, commenced the proceedings in a fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by Mazi Chinedu, the head of the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, against the Chief of Defense Staff and Minister of Defense to challenge his unlawful and illegal declaration as a wanted person. His Lordship today granted our application to effect the service of the originating process filed in the suit on the Minister of Defense and Chief of Defense Staff through their legal unit in Abuja. Brief facts. Recall that on the 22nd of March 2024, the Defense Headquarters, without any lawful justification whatsoever, published the name of Mazi Chinedu and consequently declared and treated him as a terrorist, insurgent, kidnapper, violent criminal, and wanted person. His photograph was further published as an insurgent and violent criminal operating in the southeast. This was contained in the Defense Headquarters First Edition 2024 publication. 2. It is to be noted that Mazi Chinedu was never at any time given any invitation or accused of committing any offense by the Nigeria Defense Headquarters to warrant being treated in such an unlawful and unconstitutional manner. Number 3, in view of the foregoing, we instituted an action on behalf of Mazi Chinedu before the Federal High Court Owerri, Imo State, for the enforcement of his fundamental human rights, extantly guaranteed under Chapter 4 of the Constitution, which said his rights were grossly violated by the Defense Headquarters by their unlawful declaration. The matter has been adjourned to a later date for the hearing of the substantive application. We shall continue to keep Ezigbo Umu Chineke updated of every development in this case, but be assured that justice will be served in the end. We thank the Most High Chukwu Abiyama for safe flight back to Abuja. We shall continue to admonish Ezigbo Umu Chineke to always remain focused, vigilant, and trust absolutely in the power of Almighty for his unlimited ability to do justice to all manner of men. Be assured that the land of Biafra shall definitely expose and deal decisively with the evil monsters and soulless beings who are today kidnapping, killing, maiming, raping, desecrating, and devouring our land. They shall have no escape route because their cup is filled already. It is only a matter of time. They shall account for all their evil deeds. Thank you, and God bless you all. Even as we continue to move, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor Esquire, IPOB's lead counsel, 6th day of June 2024. That is it. So we must continue. We shall never allow any type of intimidation, because as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying, we shall defeat them in their court of law. That is who we are. Because we are not doing anything wrong. Why should they publish our leaders, Mazi Chinedu's photo, that he is a terrorist, a criminal? But they are the real terrorists are being admitted, assimilated in the Nigerian military. You see that? The real terrorists. So, before I go, let me just read just few news headlines. There are many, but let me just go but a few. You know, we saw what is happening in Aba. The smoke screen being used by Nigeria. Do you remember when George Bush Jr., when he wanted to attack Iraq, he used smoke screen. He just called his intelligence service chiefs. He said, "Just I need anything. Just I need the cinema. Do anything." I read that. I read it from somewhere. The classified that has been unclassified. That he said, "Get me anything, just to be a pretense for me to take out that man, Saddam Hussein." And they started digging. They started trying to concoct something. That is smoke screen, false flag operation. That is what is being called. The same thing the Nigerian government did during the war. They used Biafra uniforms and they entered some of our Biafran communities, mostly in coastal region. They gather, they say, "We are Biafrans. So, we are your people. We are." Many of them will speak Igbo. They, even in Nigerian military. Hausas, many speak Igbo. Yorubas, many of them speak Igbo. Many saboteurs also, Igbo saboteurs that are with them, they join. They say, "We are Biafra. What are you running? We are Biafra. We have come to guide you." And in the night, they started massacring them. And these people, till today, many of it is now people's eyes are being opened. Many of them, they say, as they are massacring them, they say, we are Biafrans. You people are, they started talking obscenities on them. In order to what is the reason? To create hatred against Biafra. That is false flag operation. They use a false flag. The same way they did the same thing in Aba. They carry a SUV, boldly the picture of Ojukwu there. So that any person that video is saying, yeah, these are Biafran people, na IPOB, see them, see the photo. And they killed those soldiers. And although all of these 5 soldiers, they are Christians, 4 of them are Igbos. Do you remember what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said? Some of them, their families, their wives are non-members of IPOB. Those soldiers that are being killed. Do you know that? Do you know that? So the Nigerian government used, this one stone to kill 3 birds at a time. They made sure they eliminated all those Igbo military officers, which they saw as a threat, as a IPOB, Biafra, people that support Biafra. Do you see? That is number 1. Number 2, they also use that opportunity to come back and say, you people have killed this IPOB. Oh, it's IPOB that killed it. To the extent, the next hour, it is the Supreme Court governor imposed in Imo State through the tacit support, direct support of this Bolombolo, the Iwanyawo, Adel and Enik. Direct support. He supported, they are the people that brought Hope Uzodinma to power. And remember, making him wanted to rise up to, he said, they told him, Iwanyawo told him, look, keep quiet before you become a political leper. So leave what you are seeing, allow it to go. And they impose somebody from the 4th position. Do you see, when a criminal is in the aims of affairs of a people, the people suffers. Do you see that? Do you see? Because it's not the people's choice. Then everybody knows he's a criminal. Are you hearing me? So he continue killing. A killer will continue killing. So this man is what Hope Uzodinma is the direct contact of Nigerian government in our southeast. Number 1. He is number 1. They use him to organize DSS officers. People are talking about if he threat. No, please don't call their name. The people they use is direct DSS officers, direct, in order to carry out that operation. They kill these people who are, IPOB supporters, secret supporters, the military. Do you see that? Igbo military officers. They made sure. How do you think? They made sure it is not no Fulani, no Muslim is there. No Northerner that is a Muslim is there. They know. So the people that sent them, they know this is intelligent work. Smoke screen. They tell them, the Nigerian defense chief, I think that Yoruba man that is a hater of Igbo people. He just told him, say, just give me anything as a pretext so that I will go and massacre the Igbo youth in Aba. And try to destroy what the current governor of Abia State is doing. The good work. Have you seen in a country whereby they don't want any place to try to even go on develop? They will gather and fight. That place is a hellish, is a devilish place. I am telling you. They don't want any light anywhere. They want everywhere darkness. If you are trying to do something good, even in your local government, the governor of that place will arrest you, will try to kill you. Don't you see that? It's happening in that place in Nigeria. You will say even a road, that no go area is not passable. One individual with his own money will try to say, okay, let me fix this road small. The governor of that place, who put you there, they leave it like that. That is a devilish place. That place called Nigeria is not fit for human abode. I am telling you, it's not fit for human abode. It needs cleansing. It needs cleansing. Where they don't like, no, they don't want anywhere to progress. You must be with them. You must look at what I mean, the NLC, Labour Congress, they are fighting for increase in I mean the wage, the lowest wage. They are fighting 30,000. Which even they are not all the states are paying. The workers are not receiving their salary. The lowest wage, 30,000 naira per month. Whereas one bag of rice is 95,000 going to 100,000 naira. How many wages can buy rice? Have you ever seen a country like this before in this world? Have you ever? Nigeria is a racist construct. Our leader described it. It's a place not fit for human beings to live. I am telling you. What Britain concocted there, we need to dismantle this. It is in order to save human beings. In order to save life. That is what we are doing. Because Nigeria is not fit for human abode, for people to live, human beings to live inside. Now, what they want is, as a governor, I know that the governor elect have been receiving secret admonition, private admonition. Now, in a nature, you want to make us shame now that we cannot do anything. Do you know that people believe, to the extent, many people believe that mostly Aba in Abia State is irreparable. Do you know that? To the extent. When I was little, there was a time I lived in Aba Beach, in Fox Road. I even that time I say, how can a place be like this? If you go out and rain fall, there are places you don't need to go back because there is no way, you cannot. You know, for many decades, with the talents that are abound in Aba, and now suffer people, human beings. People are being suffered artificially. The suffering of people is artificial. Until we understand this. With the talents that are abound in Aba, and now suffer people, human beings. People are being suffered artificially. The suffering of people is artificial. Until we understand this. A direct press conference. Direct. Oga, this flyover that you have started, you have taken time, nothing. It's moribund. I hope many of you heard what is the former governor's Abia State governor's name? What is that? I know here. Or that build audio airport, Abia Airport, audio. And siphoned 10 billion naira. I think you heard what he told that young man. He made the man to shame. You're talking of a flyover. Do you even have a car? What is your concern with the flyover? It is me that they thought it as a human being. I conceived it, the project. Now I come, I put it. Leave it, it's me. Anytime I want. If I cannot, I leave it. What concerns you with what is your concern with flyover? You see what human being and people there, they were clapping even. There I heard that they need they need a doctor, mental doctor. I am telling you, psychological doctor, physician. They need a physician. Our people. In another country, in other countries, that politician that said that thing will not get out from that place. He will uproar immediately. I'm not saying tomorrow. Uproar immediately. That man will never move away from. He will not get out from that place. But in our now sit down. Now before you talk, other will say, nah, jealousy, he is a governor. Can you be a governor in your life? Look at you. You know, our people know how to make a caricature of themselves. Let me call it themselves for nothing. Now you the jealous him because he's a governor. Not him build that started. Why the waiting you get car? You dey talk to a governor. Now you get car yourself. No be keke they enter. E were get man jakere. So good deal. Do you see this primitive mentality? If we never remove it from our lives, I am telling you, this useless arrogance. I say useless arrogance. Our people are thinking that the world is revolving around that their perimeter. Onye nwete nwa tenkobo. Hey, ya shishine eko. Oh, men day. You know, say men day. Somebody that will enter into his car, and one useless Fulani Koromfo will use gun stop him, and he will start, officer, sir, officer, officer. Don't you see how they disgraced Abaribe? Don't you see that? Does it not pain you? Does it not make you look like slaves for your information? If they can disgrace a Senate minority leader in the House, a senator, a military office on the road, Koronfo, that is nothing. They order him, come down, or that way, if you don't move, we move you. Now, who are you? What is our position in that place, in that country? To the extent, why coming back? They detain him, say, you stay, you come down from your car, you'll be senator or not. We no care. If you no come down, we will use our hand and force you down. Because he's an Igbo man. Can they do it to an Hausa person? Can they do it to the Hausa person? Can they do it to a Northerner? It's impossible. It shows you your position in that place. You know, I am trying to pinch your conscience if you have any. For you to leave this arrogance, arrogancy. Look at Igbo Ezendi Igbo na Okoko Michael. How can you longer? You know, our people, there is a way our people reason. Very primitive. I used to, sometimes if I'm scrolling on social media, I used to see our people, the way they, hey, equatorial forest dwellers, so just be a you see many of us, you think that the world is revolving around because no, with one small thing. You know, one weapon, and whereas in the larger part, the larger sin is that we are not free. We are not free. Take the case of Abaribe being molested on the road. A senator, a serving senator, not even ordinary senator. He has held many positions. Is minority. You know, when you talk about minority, because their party is opposition, their party is regarded as minority. I think PDP or what is his party? Minority leader. You know what it means? But he was he was disgraced. For you to understand that all of us are in the same shoe, as long as Nigeria is concerned. That is why we are doing something about it. What about you? Are you going to join us? Are you going to support IPOB in liberating ourselves? Because in Nigeria, we are just we are nothing. We are simply nothing. Are you hearing me? Look at how they are killing our people in Aba. from our play, from our law. Now, what we should people, that is the policy is reduce their numbers. That is the policy. Reduce their numbers as you can, and they are doing it. But the saddest part of it is that our so-called politicians, they are not helping matters. They have become, so fearful. They are fear, made them to turn even against their own people. Are you hearing me? Do you see? Fear can make you turn against your own people. There is this also fear film, old film. As a police officer, or I became police officer. They sacked him from police, but he was acting as a police officer in his village. So somebody carried him to come and arrest somebody for him. I don't know whether the person owed him. And Sophia was ranting, don't worry, if we reach there, I will kill. If I don't, I will just arrest him, I will handcuff him, I will do this, I will do that. The man was confident. When they reached that place, the man was very huge and muscular. The man came out to say, hey, what? Sophia say, oh, is this person? He said, yes. Say, why you want me to arrest a gentleman? The fear made him to turn against the person that he's supposed to save. Do you see that? That is what Igbo politicians are doing. Fear of their lives made them now to start turning against our people, killing being partisans in killing of our people. Because they believe that their lives is in danger. They don't understand that, look, as a leader of a people, you must stand firm with your people. That is where you get, that is where you get respect. Are you hearing me? That is where you get respect even by the enemies. They respect you. Once you stand with your people, your people will stand at your back. And I'm telling you, that thing you are thinking, nothing will happen to you. But the Igbo politicians, they are not like that. Who born you to come and represent the Igbo people so that he will lose his senatorial position or his political position? That is always their mind. Are you hearing me? But this is bad. So what happened in Aba is a smoke screen, a false flag operation by the Nigerian government. They use it. Those killers are SSS, DSS officials that disguise themselves as unknown gunmen. And do you know what? Immediately, Hope Uzodinma came and started ranting. Hey, it's IPOB. Oh, it's IPOB. And Tinubu also immediately attacked them. They killed the whole IPOB because they know it's a pre-planned blackmail, false flag operation, smoke screen, in order to do what? To kill the hated people. Today, the reps, according to the news headline, which date is this? I think it's today. It's today. The 6th, June 6, 2024. Aba killing. Reps order probe as army dismisses claims of reprisals in Southeast. This is the same thing all the time. A probe. What are probing? The people that have died have died. They have killed, slaughtered our people. What they are using is the same system of intimidation. The same system of intimidation initiated by the evil colonizers in our land, the British. You remember the 1929 about women protests? Do you remember? Which they call about women riots, which is not. It's our protest, peaceful protest, democratic protest. Do you know how many women that were slaughtered? More than 50 of them in that protest, peaceful protest, by the British soldiers. Do you know that? No, they will not tell you that. They will not tell you. They will tell you, oh, they protest. It's a riot. Do you see? That is how they change history. That is why sometimes I marvel how we are scammed into believing that people like this that don't want us to see the light of the day, that they will bring one religion for us, write a book for us to go to big better place. Mchete ike gwum sị na ke all this scam we here become, and we fall into that trap. They don't tell you that the British unleashed on peaceful protesters, women, our women. Britain is killers of women in our land, Biafra women. They don't pity them. They went and burned villages in our land. Is that thing you are saying about women protests, right from people from Ogojao, Biafrans from Azon, from they gather together because of the high tax which they impose even on women. They say, no, it can't happen. You did it to our husband, increase the tax, and we keep quiet. They keep quiet. We are not going to keep quiet. That they should be paying tax of dog tax. If you have chicken, you pay tax. They count your chickens and you pay. Even the women, they say, no, we cannot accept it. They protested. They protested peacefully. But do you know what happened? Britain, the evil colonizers, they unleashed their military and they went and slaughtered, they started shooting on our women and killed many of them and burned many of our villages that time. You know that? Do you know that? And they put it as about women riot, which is lie. So it is the same thing that they are doing today in our land. Any slightest thing they will come and it happened in Okoma in Bayelsa. And they burnt everywhere. In Enugu, the same thing. They killed any burning Brit, anything they see, they kill. But let me say this: if our people continue, even in normal circumstances, Nigeria, when they say the three main tribes, they say Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. They are trying to push out the Igbo. Let me tell you what they are doing, what the Nigerian government is doing, and our Igbo politicians are supporting is very dangerous, highly dangerous, because they are trying to subjugate and push out this Igbo as a majority to put us to be nothing. It's very dangerous. Anything that happened, the politicians will support. Oh, they kill military. They kill military. Who are the people that kill the military? And that's why it is good as they are talking. Other probe, as Army dismisses the other probe on what happened. But the issue with their probe is that is as it come out in the newspaper. That is where it ends. Okoma killing, the military. Where is it? The investigation? Nothing. Nada. Till today, nothing. Are you hearing me? So that is their probing. Their probe is always like that. It's always like that. People that they shot, that they killed, we got a report that they sent up to 10,000 Nigerian military soldiers, Nigerian military personnel in Aba. So, and they have all this military. Why is it that they always flex their muscles in Igbo land, in Biafra land only? Why? But let me tell you, let me read this. Let me read this. Let me read another news headline. Okay. Now, they have 10,000 soldiers to send to Aba only. But Zamfara government is appealing to United Nations to help tackle insecurity in Zamfara. I think on 14th of last month, I read it in the news that they killed up to 5 policemen and abducted 500 citizens of Zamfara by the Fulani terrorists you call bandits. The Fulani warriors, according to Sheikh Gumi, he says they are warriors. But they don't talk about it. They don't send massive soldiers. Are you hearing me? That is just I'm trying to point out to you what is happening in a place you call Nigeria. Why Zamfara is government is appealing to United Nations to tackle insecurity in Zamfara, a state in Nigeria, which means Nigeria has failed. But they are sending their massive military to Aba. Does it make sense? No. Does it make sense to you? Zamfara now is appealing to the United Nations, international community. Say now the thing insecurity here is overwhelming because they kill soldiers every day. They kill the military as they want. They abduct, the citizens. No, nothing, no security. Where are the Nigerian soldiers? Where are the Nigerian military that only have power when it comes to Biafra land? Is this a place that we continue? They think that they will intimidate us with the power of gun. It's impossible. This thing makes us more hard. Do you know what? Harder and harder and harder. It makes us to become more hard, to be suicidal more. The more they try to intimidate us to stop. You can never quench the fire of Biafra with the barrel of gun. It's impossible. You cannot conquer ideology. It's completely impossible. Do you hear what I'm saying? That is the reality. Whereas in the north, listen, in the north, in the north, insecurity everywhere. The terrorists are on the rampage. Nigerian military are running away from there. Are you hearing? The Nigerian military are running away from there. Now, where they are coming is in a soft place that nothing happened. That is where they are sending 10,000 soldiers to come and kill, kill innocent people. Does it make sense to you? Do they think that they are going to subdue us with a barrel of gun? You can never kill an ideology. It's impossible. You can never kill an ideology with a barrel of gun. You can only subdue ideology with a superior ideology. That is one thing the Zoo don't know. You can only subdue an ideology with a superior ideology. And that is why it's not by barrel of gun or by intimidation. That is why, like, we continue holding our religious program. It's not we are not cajoling people. That is why I used to invite people. I say, come. Even if you have opposites, I want us to debate, have a robust, brotherly, symbiotic debate, so that superior argument we reign, we rule. That is it. Because anything ideology, you cannot subdue it with the barrel of gun. It's impossible. But with superior argument, and that is why we have been going on arguments, on our debate. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that is it. But the Nigerian Caliphate, Britain used to ill advise them. They know. They advise them, kill them. Because, do you know, these colonizers, do you know what? They always give people advice, fake advice. In every country, to control a country, that is one thing I found out with them. They don't want equilibrium. They will come and distort the equilibrium in that country, so that it will always be sliding one side, this side or this side, this side or this side. The more this thing continues, now they will come as a third person. In order, you will see them as, oh, they are the people that will maintain equilibrium. Are you hearing me? That is why they went to Rwanda. They favored the one tribe against other. Before the advent of white people, the Rwandans, they don't know even anything different from Hutu or Hutusi. They don't know it. They are all together. They never have that consciousness. But these colonizers will come and now create that consciousness. Where if they see that everywhere is quiet, they say no. They have to thwart the way you live, your way of life. As Britain came and thwarted our way of life, they came and saw that women participate in governance in our land, and they say no. If we allow this, it's not good for us. So they have to create something in order to bring problem. They remove our trusted leaders in Igbo land and installed their own. Those criminals, they installed the criminals as chiefs. That is the origin of chieftaincy title you are taking today. That is, you are buying saboteur with your money. If you are taking chieftaincy title, it means warrant chief. That is, in the old time, that is just like what is written in the Bible. The Pharisees, the scribes, those that are hated by the people, but installed and sponsored by the invading foreign government. When our people now change, they came and changed the way of our way of lives. And now people don't understand. That is why here we expose everything. All those things you think that it is the right thing. You don't know that all have been wrong. We are going happily, marching happily into abyss. With songs and praises, I now march into abyss without knowing that we are going into perdition. You see somebody today, we come, chief, this and that. They don't know that you are glorifying what our colonizers put in place. You are maintaining it. They remove our needs, and also the real people that are respected now brought what they call warrant chief that are accountable to the British government in our land. Those, they select criminals the same way our governors, our politicians are doing today. They go into villages and select. If you are not a criminal in our land today, you cannot hold any government office. You cannot be even an ordinary councillor. You can a village councillor, even a local government chairman. You cannot hold. You must be a criminal. They see that you are a killer. You have heart to kill. They put you there. All this we are instituted by Britain in our land. This is not our life. It has never been. Are you hearing me? But on a job so that you see somebody now, you are buying something. You are using your money to buy sabotage. Because of ignorance. Because I don't blame you because you are ignorant. But today you know. So the Nigerian government thought that they are going to defeat Biafra ideology with what? With guns and bullets. It's impossible. It's impossible. Whereas the Zamfara, they are overwhelmed. Not only Zamfara, Sokoto, all the northern states. They are overwhelmed. Terrorists they control swaths of land, the different places in the north. Many local governments, many states in the north are controlled by terrorists. People to farm, they have to pay terrorists. After farming, to weed, you have to pay. They impose taxes on them. For your animals, you impose tax. They impose taxes. For you to go and collect harvest, you have to pay to terrorists. Now, why are the Nigerian government not sending their soldiers there? Why? What they know is that anything in Biafra land, they muster soldiers to come and intimidate and kill everybody. You cannot kill everybody now. That is it. It's impossible. You cannot kill everybody. Zamfara state government has appealed to the United Nations to come to its aid in tackling insecurity in the state. They are not appealing to the Nigerian government too. The Nigerian military is nowhere to be found. But look at Aba. They are everywhere in Aba. There are 10,000 of them. Why are they running away from the north? Why? It tells you all you need to know. Are you hearing me? Do you see this precedent they are setting? All these things they are doing, it will boomerang on them. Quote me, it will bounce back on them in the near future. All these things in Katanila Hanakba, the hatred of Igbo man, it will bounce back on them. Do you remember our leader, what he said? That the Nigerian military, once you are coming now, in your own land, terrorists are taking over. You will not, if you finish killing Biafrans, you will not have no place to go back to. Is it not what is happening today? Let me continue. A suspected terrorist kidnapped 26 persons, rustle cattle in Niger State communities. No, they don't see all this. No, they don't see all this. Tinubu doesn't talk about all this. He doesn't give order to kill them. No, all in here is Igbo man. Because they see Igbo, they have made a policy to subdue and subjugate Igbo. But they cannot. This is Britain. They are doing the biddings of Britain. That is the thing. You hold me on the ground, though. You stay there for ground. Because if you rise up, I rise up. That is what we are. Are you hearing me? Oh, you kill Igbo man, subjugate Igbo man. You are. What is the price of bread today? I think you are subjugating Igbo man. What is the price of a bag of rice today? Oh, you are doing Igbo man, but you don't know that you are doing yourself. Nigerians, they are doing themselves, thinking that they are Igbo man. Go and take the whole work in the federal parastatals. So give to mediocres. Give them, no problem. Igbo man, we day. You can never kill an ideology. You can never destroy us all. We will rise up. Are you hearing me? That is it. So Nigeria is created as an Igbo man, Biafran man graveyard. But now they saw that even is their graveyard safe. Do you see the stupidity of black people? They are very good in dealing with against their own people. Britain vowed that millions of Biafran children's dead bodies, corpses, will never change British policy concerning Biafra. And what is their policy? To annihilate Biafra, to make sure that we are no more, to make sure that we are assimilated in every other tribe. That is their grand plan, no? So that you see, Igbos in Kaduna will now cut off from our land, from the main Igbo land, and they don't know where they come from again. They will be answering Igbos in Kaduna. We are Kaduna Igbos. Those in Zamfara will be answering Zamfara Igbos. Those in Niger State will be answering Niger State Igbos. All of them, small, they will be minority, and a deal is with them. So that they cut the umbilical cord linking us together. That is the grand plan, the British grand plan. Are you hearing me? From the first time they were in contact with Igbos, that these people, they can learn very quick. That these people, they can even learn. And Ojukwu, when he was schooling in the military, he corrected his white master in public. When the person teaching them is it loading of gun, He miscalled the magazine. Ojukwu corrected him. Sir, it's not that. It's called magazine. And the white man was ashamed. He said, what type of people are these? So you never come to my class for how many, you never come here how many months. You know more than me. Do you see it? I could remember during my secondary school time, there is one, I think, chemistry master. Anytime he come to the class, he will warn me. He say he don't want any question from me. Me. Only me. Others can ask question. Because I used to ask him question what even we never teach. I will ask him ahead. Sometime I'm a bonamia sometime. Sometimes he starts stuttering. He say, no, wait, I will after. So anytime he enter our class, he will say, you don't ask any question. I don't want your question again. If you have question, come to me privately in my office. I will never forget it. So that is the way we are being created. It cannot be changed. But Britain wants to make sure to deal with us, to put us into nothing. And the way they are doing it, one of the ways is scattering us everywhere. Scattering us everywhere. That is why the thing they call liability will turn into asset. This everywhere we are being scattered. If they want a doctor, Britain will knock again, knock gong. Oh, we want doctors from Nigeria. You see, they know that it is Igbos mostly that are coming. They will collect you now, push you to United Kingdom, and be making you to feel that they are doing you favor. That is what they want. You don't know who you are, but they know us. That's why they don't want us to gather together. They know that our gathering together is their nightmare. We will command and do something. Do you hear me? But it's a pity that a prince does not know that he's a prince. A princess does not know that he's a princess. A king that doesn't know that he's a king. But others, foreigners, know. They know us. So it's high time we come together. Suspected terrorists kidnapped 26 persons, rustled 200 cattle in Niger State communities. Are you hearing? They are not sending 10,000 soldiers there. No. In Zamfara is more than half of Zamfara is under the control of the terrorists. They are not talking about it. They are not sending military there. In Sokoto, the same thing. In Jigawa, the same thing. All these places, the same thing. Terrorists are in control. But they will concentrate their military in our land. Look at Aba. 10,000 Nigerian military. What are they doing? They thought that they will put fear in us so that we can, if once you are coming out from your house, you are shaking. No. We are Biafrans. And we remain Biafrans. Nothing can shake us. Are you hearing me? Suspected phone snatchers kill army lieutenant in Kaduna. Do you see how Nigerian government lies? These are terrorists. But it is them. I want to read it a bit. I want you to be comparing it to what is happening in Aba. How they just rush and come everybody in Nigeria. Even Tinubu say threatening fire and brimstone is IPOB. I'll kill all of them. Look, this is today's news or yesterday's news, June 5th. Now they call it suspected phone snatchers kill army lieutenant in Kaduna. Who tell you that? Who tell you that? An army officer identified as Lieutenant I.M. Abubakar has reportedly been hacked to death by a gang that specializes in phone snatching and other crimes. It's lie. These are terrorists. How can they hack somebody to death with a knife? These are terrorists, Fulani terrorists operating. But they come to the press and say, no, it's phone snatchers. Look at how they played it so that no person don't talk about it. If this thing happen in any part of Biafra land, they will send thousands of military to come. They will, look at what happened in Okwama. Is it death or Bayelsa? where their deals are about bunkering, and things went wrong. They started killing themselves. Now they say the whole community, they started killing the whole community, burning everywhere because it's part of Biafra land. Until when are you going? You Biafrans, it doesn't matter whether you are a Joe, it's on whether you are a Shekiri. We are all in the same boat. Whether you believe it or accept it or not, because the same way the same treatment is meted to all of us. Why can't all of us gather together as a bunch in order to resist what is happening? That is what IPOB is for. If you want, I'm not Igbo. It's only Igbo. Udi. What happened in Udi? What happened recently in Okoma? But look at the news headline. They call it now suspected phone snatchers hacking a Nigerian military lieutenant to death. Hacking. Do you know what is hacking? They use knife and cut him like a goat, and they say they come and downplayed it in the press. No, it's phone snatchers. Don't worry, it's phone snatchers. Now at the end, I want to say, okay, Lieutenant. I'm reading at the end. Lieutenant I.M. Abak, a young talented army officer, was killed by phone snatchers on his way home, Kaduna. May his soul rest in peace. That one is gone. But they sent 10,000 Nigerian soldiers killing innocent people in Aba. This one happened just, I think, 2 days ago in Kaduna State. They downplayed it in the press, in the media. No, it's a phone snatchers. They hacked the man to death, a Nigerian military officer. Tinubu, he didn't reach to Tinubu. They didn't talk about it. Do you see the hypocrisy that Nigeria means for us? In Okwama, they gather the villagers, say they are in a peace meeting. Come, they even cook and eat after they started to open fire and kill the men, women, pregnant, children, all. When are you going? When will your mumu do? Charlie boy say our mumu never do. Our mumu never do. In Abba the same thing. In Enugu the same thing. In Udi the same thing. But once it's in the north, they play it down. No, it's Sheikh Gumi say these terrorists are their warriors. Did you hear them? Any person make noise? They are warriors, so they operate as they want. They kill Nigerian soldiers as they want. And instead of dealing with them, now let me bring the last, before I go into. There are many things to talk about, but there is this one about how Nigeria, the military, they say how many Boko Haram surrender to them. Wait, let me see. It's normal thing now. Whereas they are killing innocent people in Aba, in different parts of Biafra land. The same June, yesterday's news say over 170 repentant Boko Haram terrorists surrender to troops of multinational joint task force. Hooray! Hallelujah! Hell, sometimes, our politicians, they are idiots. I am telling you, they are idiots. Forget about they are. Let me tell you, for you to defend your people, you must be radical. And for you to be representing your people and get something out of it, you must be radical. And it doesn't matter, even your enemies, they will start respecting you. They are silently assimilating Boko Haram, different types of terrorists, Fulani terrorists, into the Nigerian army and sending them down to Biafra land. Nothing. No, it doesn't. That is why you see the way they massacre innocent people in our land. If we have our Republic of Biafra, do you think that a Biafran soldier will just carry gun, cock, and kill his fellow Biafran? That person will be sentenced to public execution. You see that? They say at least 176 Boko Haram fighters said to be repentant have laid down their arms and surrendered to troops. You know where they are heading now. You know now. They are bringing them heading down south for you to understand the mess we are in. I want you to understand the mess we are in. Are you hearing me? We are in a greater mess than we think until we get out of Nigeria. And the last but not the least, they say Nigeria joined Somalia. I'm just reading the headlines because I want to talk about a topic, and quickly. Nigeria joins Somalia, others on list of hunger hotspots, likely to be soon hit by acute food insecurity. Do you see? Let me tell you, Bill Gates' agenda is in complete, is going on. Can you tell me a country with 200 and something million population, with their lands are almost more than 80% arable. Now they are suffering of hunger. A country that has manpower and majority of Nigeria population are youths with energy. Lands are full everywhere. People are, you see people that are ready to work, but no, there is hunger. Don't you see that there is something seriously wrong? Do you see China? Do you see what China is doing? I post it on my Facebook timeline, Jonas Raphael. China is reversing the encroachment of deserts in their land. They are turning deserts to green. Are you hearing me? China turning deserts to green area, planting, turning it deserts. But look at Lake Chad. Lake Chad has lost, I think it has lost more than 90% of its volume since all these years. More than 90%. No talking of, no action of, reversing it. Desert is rapidly encroaching in northern Nigeria. They are not talking about it. They are using it as a political tool. Then we go and say, no, it's desert. It's climate change. Don't you hear Buhari saying it, using it? That's why Fulani headsmen are going to the south, though they are key and they are having, they are fighting on the resources in farmers' headers clash. They are using it as political tool. Whereas China, they are fighting for their survival, the survival of their children in future, reversing deserts. Do you see the country we are in? Nigeria joins Somalia, others on list of hunger hotspots, likely to be soon hit by acute food insecurity. That is the reason why IPOB is encouraging our people to go back to farm. Not only looking for money. If you have money and have nothing to buy, don't see nothing to buy. Or if you have money and now you start, the only thing in the market is all this GMO, which is what they are doing. Because Bill Gates paid the Nigerian government for the Fulani headsmen to be on the rampage everywhere, destroying people's farms. It's the grand agenda, for your information. So that there will be food dependency. I've preached it here. There will be food insecurity. And now they will tell you, look, the solution is this food, this children. There is a place, let me see. Okay, now look at a country of 200 and something million that's supposed to have food, that is, and there is land everywhere. There is a good lands that are good, land that is good for agriculture everywhere, arable land. But they are dying of hunger. What does it tell you? The Fulani, they are on the mission, deadly mission. They don't even know. Let me tell you, the Fulani Caliphate don't even know what I mean, America and the rest, the West is using them. They don't know. What blinds them is, don't worry, Allah has given it to you. Just conquer, because you know the West, they are always supporting Islam. What I'm telling you is pure truth. It's a historical fact. Right from Afghanistan to everywhere, it is what they support. Even in the Middle East, you understand? The Fulani, they don't even know the type of dirty and dangerous mission they are engaging. It will affect them because the West don't like them. They see them as also black Neanderthals. They will fall victim of this GMO also. Now, do you know what? Nigeria plans to suspend the import duties, other tariffs on staple foods, drugs to erase inflation. Do you see? Do you see? Are you connecting the dots? The Fulani headsmen, they're on the rampage, destroying farms and causing fear in the hearts of people so that people will not go to farm. Now, Bill Gates have prepared his genetically modified organism food, which is not healthy for consumption. It makes people sterile, and it causes cancer. All this is where it is heading. Now, Nigeria has plans to suspend the import duties and the other tariffs on staple food, drugs to erase inflation. You know what is this? Which means food that we are eating will be coming. Nigeria will be a dumping ground of any type of food now from outside. Oh, Chineke. Hey, I don't know. Sometimes I'm say, go to mother. Mother baiga no na this type of mess. Nigeria. What happened? You have a very vibrant population. All that matters to them is looting. We're feeling because they believe that this thing, it doesn't concern them. Even if they import food, they are not going to eat all those imported food. Obasanjo have his otter farm. They have their, organic farms where they will be eating. Even if it is to they die, they will not buy all these things. But now they will open borders so that food staple from everywhere around the world will flow into Nigeria. They will remove the tariffs, import duties. And now you see people that they are making money. Hey, people don't understand what this thing means. They don't understand what type of people are these in Nigeria. Before you know now, people will start going out. Oh, yeah, also now, and you will see people will start giving glory to Jesus, to their Jesus. Hey, now I have to make more money. Now you will be bringing loading, loads of shits into Nigeria, and people will be buying and dying, eating and developing strange sicknesses. And after your clergy will be telling you that it is what your ancestors did. It is ancestral spirit. It is your uncle in the village killing you. Do you see? Do you connect these dots? It is one after the other. They are doing it. Now they plan to suspend the import duties in order to encourage, bringing foodstuffs from everywhere. What do you think, Bigot? Bigot will be smiling from mouth to mouth where he is. Say, yes, the plan is okay. They will call their man Tinubu. And Tinubu will say, don't worry, we're on it. People, they will come and promote it on national television. Say now, in order to ease the the inflation in the country, the president cares for you people. That is why he is now removing import duties so that you can import. If you are importing foodstuffs and staple foods, drugs, everything, don't worry, import, no more pay. There, on average Igbo man will still hallelujah now. You don't know what you are doing. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. How ignorance, ignorance is the highest killer. I am telling you. Now they will open the gate of hell. Every type of food with different types of cancer, they will flood into Nigeria. Because no more, you will see your killer as your savior. Oh, Tinubu is a good man. Wow, before. See this imported yam. Now, wow, imported yam now. This 1 kilo before it was 1,500. Now I bought it 300 naira. Look at Tinubu, a good man. Hallelujah. You will see people, you will see pastors prophesy. I told you, I prophesied that this man will rule again. You don't know that you are consuming diseases. You don't know. Do you? All this rejected foods everywhere, they will bring it in and they push you into buying. And the people will be our people manakesha now containers na Malaysia na container of food na nazi akwụkwọ na ọkwa ihe m na-enweziga na 300%. And then where you don't know what you are doing. Nigeria is I don't know, it's an evil forest, honestly. It needs to be scrapped. Nigeria need to be, I'm saying it on A. Nigeria need to be scrapped. How can you have a place of 200 and something million people, vibrant people, but with land, water, everything available, but hunger? Don't you see that there is something sinister? Why can't people rise up against this Fulani headsmen that is being used as willing tools? Remember, the Fulani were used during slave trading, for your information. Remember, but the Europeans used to pay them. They are always as runners, as go-between. They will go to villages in different parts and capture people, capture slaves, capture them, and sell to the white man. Do you know that? No. Do you know that? They did this for the Arabs. They did this for the Europeans. Do you know that? That is what they are doing today. The Fulani are willing tools that is being used by the Europeans. They don't even understand the magnitude of what they are causing. They thought that they are causing confusion to conquer. Their Allah said they should conquer. You conquer, are you going to be alive? Are you going? The same people will decimate you, for your information. Here on Radio Biafra, we try to open your eyes. Once your eyes are open, it depends on you now what you want to use it to see. Because you open your eyes, you can start seeing you can start seeing blue. You might want to start seeing black. You might want to start seeing yellow. It depends on you now. But here we expose it as it is. That is it. So you know that Nigeria, there is a problem. Nigeria is a very heavy problem. If they can, bring, apart from different types of any other products, now they will suspend the import duties and tariffs to start bringing on food, staple foods. Gary, China will use plastic, produce Gary, and they will bring it in quantity. You will swallow now. I know you will make not the kwachipo. You will swallow. Tomorrow you will start developing one kind of rare disease. The worst is that you will go to your pastor. Your pastor will tell you that, look, the cause of your disease is your people in the village, causing different commotions, causing different enemies, hatreds against brothers. That is my worry. I'm not worried about you dying. You dying of ignorance, it doesn't pain me a lot. It doesn't, I don't care. But what worries me is causing confusion, hatred on people, on our people, among ourselves. That is my worry. Are you hearing me? I know people are lining up in order to Tinubu, hey, now let us pray so that he will suspend this tariff so that Chereko Kilo to go containers. How many? 20 containers. So that agwa pastor I will give you the tithe. The one container is for you. You don't know what you are doing. Do you? Let me quickly rush. I know I will not finish it. As I said, I will go into this topic, living the continuous colonial legacy. That is the world order. The world order. You know, it's very easy. We always say it's the world order. You know, everything has order. Everything. The naturally, even the world we are in is orderly. That is why when you throw something up, it comes down. It reaches to an extent that force that you apply in throwing it up, when that force is no more, because it goes on friction, the force of gravity, what is called that force of gravity, is acting on it. It will start coming down. It's an order, world order, ORDER. So everything is organized. Otherwise, if things are not organized naturally, which means, you know, you will be seeing people that are marching with their head. So I was not human beings that are flying. But it is not like that, because they know that naturally, if it goes like this, if there is no order, which means there will be chaos, there will be problem, fear, anxiety, worry, stress everywhere. That is why the world is naturally organized in order. Do you understand me? You know why we cry about world? You know, every time we talk about world order, world order, world order, as if it is something very bad. No, I don't. It's not bad, but the issue is that we are not profiting the way we are being situated. We are not profiting from the order. Are you hearing me? It's just like a body. As a human being, you have your head up, your hand is there. You know, if you are running, your hand is flexing. Who is running? Who is tiring? Your leg. And who is touching the ground? Your foot. Do you see that? But it's carrying your whole body. So that is where nature put it. But in this case of world order, it is artificial. It is artificially set. So it also could be artificially reset. That is what we are doing. Because the way we find ourselves in this current world order, it doesn't benefit us. It doesn't profit us. Instead, we are being used as burden carriers. Are you hearing me? So that is why we cry every time, world order, world order. But when you talk about world order, the way you talk about world order, you see as world order, with the way let me say a Canadian or an American sees the world order, he is happy with it, because it favors him as an American citizen. It favors him. Are you hearing me? Oh, he come out, you see that, oh, his country can go to war and destroy any nation, any country, remove their president and loot everything and come back so that he will be living fine. So it favors him. It's okay. If it is you, are you not going to feel well? That is it. But why we are shouting it is because it's not favoring us. So, and it is not natural, it is artificially created. So, we should fight in order to fix ourselves in the part of the world order so that we will also be beneficiaries. That is what I'm saying. You see, we have logic. You understanding me? Here on Radio Biafra, we talk of logic, with superior argument, something that is logical. The current world order was established for the overall interest of only a little set of people. That is the Western hegemony. The Western hegemony. That is the West. If that is them that set it right from the time, right from recent history, the time of Westphalian Agreement. They started an Apapa area. Now, don't think that they arrive in this setting very easily. No. You know, I used to say it. The Europeans fought tribal wars more than Africa. I used to say it with assurance. They wanted sometimes, some tribes wanted to kill themselves into extinction until they rose up and said, no, let us stop this madness. And what do you know what helped Europeans also? Europe, the age of discovery, where they start looking beyond the horizon. That is the mistake we Africans made. Our people were contented in Africa only. I mean, in the recent history. Are you hearing me? Our people were contented. We didn't want to check beyond the horizon. So, the Europeans going to explore beyond the horizon, it reduced the tension they have in their land, because the people they are sending, the people that are going, are people that cause problems, that should be causing problems in their land. They say, okay, instead of you to fight your brother, please let these people, the kings, European kings, Portuguese, Spanish kings, they started sending the bad boys, the bad eggs, the bad criminals. They started sending them abroad. Say, you know, Europe, they sabi. It's long time. I admire their knowledge. I am telling you, it doesn't matter that I'm not talking against any them as if I'm talking. No. You know, I admire their knowledge. They thought it wise to send out these people instead of causing problems in Europe. Now go and find out anything you see beyond the horizon, you can gain. And you know what? Many of them died. Thousands, if not millions of them perished on the sea. Many died of sicknesses, arriving the coasts of America, the New World, Asia, Africa. Many perished. Uncountable perished. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But it didn't stop them. Some of them, when they reached, they saw what they have not seen before. What they were looking in Europe, they didn't have gold. They saw that all these places in Africa, in Asia, they have large amount of gold and diamond that even, you know, they started gathering. They said no. When they came back, some of them, if they came back, their kings were marveled at the treasures they brought. It warrants others to continue going. Even if they perish, because that time there was no flight and there was no engine. Are you hearing me? Only selling sheep, rowing sheep, selling sheep. Where, you know, maybe 200 people will be rowing, or reaching the high sea, they will set sail. Breeze will be carrying them. That is what they suffered. I say I admire them. They were wise. Earlier on, more wise. That is why they were able to set this world order. Are you hearing me? Now, Otto von Bismarck, he is the first German chancellor. Otto von Bismarck. He created the Berlin Conference of 1884-85 to settle disputes between the European powers with interest in Africa to create pseudo borders of ownership. Do you know what is pseudo borders? Not genuine or sham. Just here, carelessly. It's not serious. Something that is not serious. It's not genuine. Just let us do it. That is the border we are operating today as countries in Africa. Don't you see that it's very dangerous, shameful and dangerous? The mess Africa in general is in. I'm telling you, sometimes if we remove ourselves generally from it, it's going to take time. Because people that crafted your borders, your language, give you language for communication. You accept and jettison yours. They give you God, religion, the God you are worshiping. Now, not only that, you jettison your own. This one now is only in Africa. Jettison yours. Not even only in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, because North Africa, they are conquerors also. Arabs and Europeans, they are there. In Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Libya, all these places. They bring language. We jettison our own completely. They bring their religion, their way of life, that is culture. We jettison our own. We say their own is the best. We turn not only that, we turn against our own. That is the fearful part of it. Had it been, we say, okay, no, let us live our own, let's practice this one and practice our own, no problem. But they turn us as enemies against our own. I put in my timeline about the just summary history of BSc, Bishop Shanahan. We have BSc in all. Oh, we have BSc in honor of his name, Bishop Shanahan College. Chai. We honor our killers. It's very, very sad. This man is the person that single-handedly demonized Ekwensu, which we are calling today. Oh, fire Ekwensu. Ignorance. Ignorance is the highest killer, honestly. It's the highest killer. With ignorance, you can kill your savior. With ignorance, you cannot embrace your killer. That is what they did to us. Abracadabra. Bishop Shanahan, that we are, I mean, we are answering the name. We put the name in schools, in our institutions. He single-handedly demonized one of our very, very handy deity. One of our deity, one of our chi, Ekwensu. And interpreted it in the Igbo Bible. So it's Satan. Igbo, in our cosmology, we didn't know anything like Satan. They brought Satan. We didn't have anything Satan. Every deity, every god or angel that we serve in our land is handy. Every one of them functions. I will talk more about this on Saturday. Because it has been because of or programs, I couldn't have the time. But next Saturday, we'll talk more about it. They made us turn against it. It's just like the military. Look, are we not shouting that the Nigerian military is killing? Are they not human beings taking human beings' life? But Nigerian government, they are paying them. Do you see how things work? Their job is destruction. Look at Israel destroying Palestine. Do you think when it comes to war, they will call a university professor, say, oh yeah, come and go and destroy it? No, it's not his job. They will call a killer. That is how we have it in our deities. For your information. If it comes to killing, if it comes to revenge, we call the god of revenge. Oh yeah, do you see how Igbo cosmology is? Everything, every deity has its work, which is uplifting for the goodness of our people. If we want peace also, if it is peace we want, mgbe ihe ike mgbe a chọrọ ihe ike agwakwa mmụọ ike mmụọ na-eme ihe ike ekwensu ngwa bịa mee nke gị emere ihe ọ na-eri ya ga-akpa ike with ekumeke warriors. But these people came. Bishop Shanahan said, no, these people that resisted us, these forest dwellers, they fought us with their hands. Do you know that ekumeke warriors, do you know their secrets? They have many secrets. When you study it, they will tell you that, they will tell you that, they tell you that these people is secret society. Because what they did passed them. That's why the Europeans put in secret society. Yes, we are in secret. Sometimes these people, if they are running, they run like leopard. They see human beings running like leopard. They say, no, this is not normal. Now they studied and saw that, oh, there is one deity they used to call. They used to wear black. They used to sacrifice charcoal. They burn burnt offering on the area. We all come. Why you all coming? I say, oh, they call him Ekwensu. Let us demonize him. He is. Let us call him that is the Satan that they pursue from up from heaven. They put it into our Bible. I mean, into Igbo Bible, Igbo translated Bible. You see that today. It is very hard for you to convince an Igbo man say, hey, Atiel, Bra Jesus. Do you see how they turned us upside down? How turn right inside out? We become nothing. And where's here nothing? We were taken out of our natural habitats and we became vulnerable. I don't want to enter there, please. It will be on Saturday. I don't want to, because on the memchete you honestly. Mchete obi na boam. What they did to us. Mchete obi na boam. Honestly. But we must continue. I want to hear GK. Or we go with superior argument and debate. That is it. So what am I trying to say? This first German chancellor, he is the person that created, he called, this man, Otto von Bismarck. During the time of, is it a king of King Wilhelm? King Wilhelm, yes. He became so unpopular. I mean, the king. The people started revolting. Now he have to, because this man, they trusted him. He have to crown him, do him become the first president, the first minister, foreign minister and president. And they call him vice chancellor. That is the first German vice chancellor. He is the person that created the Berlin Conference. And do you know what happened? Ironically, Germany that called for this creation of Berlin Conference is their idea. Do you know that they were stripped of African colonies? do you see how things work? That is the first punishment. Do you see how things work? The places normally they're supposed to have a lion's share, and they did. Parts of Africa, they colonized Cameroon, Togo, different other places. Is it Eritrea? No. Other Namibia. Or after the First World War, when Germany was defeated, the Europeans, they removed all those things from their hand. They say, you are fallen. They now had the whole colonies in Africa. They stripped them of all those things. That's why Cameroon, in Cameroon, they organized a plebiscite for them to be either French side, or controlled by France, or controlled by England, which is Nigeria side. Some of them, like Adamawa of the north, they say they want to become Nigeria, join Nigeria. On the south, because of the very bad politics of Azikiwe and our Igbo people in general, we are very bad in politics. It's what we are suffering. I'll be exposing this little by little so that we take corrections. When it comes to politics, we are zero. I am telling you, we don't know our left and right in politics. I used to say it: people that are always emotional, people that are sentimental, they are not good in politics. Because any slightest thing, the annoyance, that stress, that annoyance will make them, they will know more. Politics is about pretense, pretending. When you are highly annoyed, you pretend, you laugh, you show your teeth. That is the Fulani for you. The Sahelians in general. That is it. They will show you their teeth. You think that they are your friends. You don't know that it's boiling inside your hand. But an average Biafran cannot pretend. That is why we are bad in politics. The bad politics of Azikiwe scared our brothers, the Amazonians today, out. They ran away. They said, nah, these people, These are our brothers. We cannot trust them. I beg. Let us Kuku enter France. Is all these problems we are suffering today? Our bad politics is what we are suffering today. Is it not? Is it not? The planning of the coup planning or the coup exhibition. Igbo man, they use Igbo man to stop the coup also. Again, you don't see. And our eternal leader, Ojuku, he stopped the coup. Do you see how things you're fighting themselves? You know, in a they call themselves Nigerians more than Igbo people, whereas others know themselves tribe first. Now we are answering the tribalized Nigerians. It makes us foolish. I am telling you. This is a topic for another day. But let me continue. Now, as I was saying, Otto von Bismarck created the Berlin Conference of 1884-85 to settle disputes between European powers with interest in Africa to create pseudo borders of ownership, allowing various European nations to claim almost the entire continent, including its resources and people. Africa is therefore designed by Europe to be the source of cheap raw materials. Do you see the world order? You see, that is why timber in our tropical forests is being destroyed with reckless abandon. The timber, the oshishi, the whole timbers in our forests are being destroyed and taken by the Europeans, by the West. They don't care because they don't care. They don't care. What of our tin? What of iron ore are being destroyed? Gold, diamond, they are taking it. Then what of the crude oil and gas? There is no meter. Do you see it? Do you know that Iran before during the time of Shah is the supplier, the main supplier of crude oil to the West, to the Western Europe. Do you know that? That's why they supported Shah to intimidate and kill. Shah killed him. He ruled his people with iron hand. Oh, sometimes I say, why am I engaging in researching all this? Because it makes me sad when you see things that happened, and the way it is being turned upside down because of ignorance. People don't know. Oh, Chineke. And that's why we keep behaving in a very absurd manner. If we understand some certain things, we will change our behavior, honestly. Iran today, that is the number one enemy of the West. They sponsored a government that killed the Iranians like chicken. Are you hearing me? The Shah ruled Iran for how many years? With iron fists. People were, they saw their ear. Without mirror. Until 1979, when the chance occurred, they revolted. That is why they held American embassy hostage. Americans working there, they held them hostage. You understand? Because of what they suffered. And these are the people they were sponsoring them, sponsoring the government to kill them. And if you talk, you disappear. They suffered. That's why they say instead of them suffering like that again, instead let the heaven fall. Iran, you are seeing, they suffered. Even Afghanistan, before the advent of a Soviet Union, many things happened. These people, you see the West, their hands are not clean. Never. Don't go with sentiment. We must continue. Their hands are not clean. Yeah, oh wow. They structured this world in the way it is today. Do you see Islamic radicalism today? Wahhabism, they are the people that I mean the West, they put it. You see Saudi Arabia, that is so conservative today, is America. What I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's a historical fact. There are things you don't know or you don't care to know, but you are seeing the periphery. It's America. Before, Saudi women we are coming out in television, broadcasting their hairs, they don't cover. But America, because of the politics of America, the West in general, now they have to change. That is the world order. And it is to their own advantage. Why are we doing what we are doing? For us to get out of this, this evil side of world order we are in today as slaves. So that we are not trying to change world order, but we position ourselves in a good way, in a better position. Because this world is about fighting for your freedom. Everything you fight for it. If you don't fight for it, you don't get it. If you study the history of even how Europeans fought for what they are getting today, if he's fighting, the evil forces, we call them evil forces because it's affecting us negatively. But they themselves, they are also calling us evil forces because they want to continue subjugating us, benefiting from us for free. That is the world. So we have to continue fighting. You see the black Americans. You see the Americans. It is only the black Americans that we are removed, disconnected from their roots. Don't you ask why? It's artificial. America is a land of strangers. White or yellow, black, they come from, unless only the American Indians, they are there. They are very few. They are the owners of the land, the real owners of the land. But do you know what? They prevented the black people from getting connected to the African mainland. They told them so they use different things, different methods in order to cut them off. Because they know that if black Americans go back to their roots and establish contacts with the African mainland, that things will change. But do you know what? America fought bitter war with Europe against England. But after everything, they settled. They are the highest allies. Do you see that? But they let our people, the the African Americans, stuck mentally into believing, you people sold us. So these are things they pumped into their heads. And they let them be telling their children, the African mainlands, they are bad people. The same way you condemn our ancestors. Today, who is suffering it? Black Americans, they are suffering. Our mainland, the mainland people, we are suffering. So what is the use? Whereas America, concussions that fought their master, the people that sent them there as colonizers, they rebelled against them. It's treason. It's not even treasonable. It is treason, high treason. They turned against their motherland and fought against them to liberate themselves. But today, America and Britain, they are the number one allies. Why can't you think? If it is, for example, black people, they say, no, you people are bad. You will be remembering the bad, but instead of forging ahead for the future. Oh, Chinekele. This is the way we condemn our ancestors, for goodness sake. It pains me a lot. It pains me a lot. You will touch an Igbo man, you will open his mouth because you will see the bad things because you are indoctrinated with it. You have to get over this. This is the era of knowledge, the era of knowing. The time for us to jettison all this nonsense that we are being brainwashed with. That makes us, we don't move forward. Black Americans, instead of them to continue pushing so that irrespective, our ancestors collaborated in selling us, but we make peace as a people. Now we'll be collaborating. The same way the Caucasians, they never break their umbilical cord with the Europeans. Do you know that? And is it not why they are together? together. If there is any problem in Europe, they will call America. If there is any problem in America, in intelligence or any gathering, they will call their alma mater, their mainland, that is Europe. Things are moving forward. But in our own, we start remembering the bad thing. No, our ancestors, they did bad. They killed the wings. Is it not they did? You are not here. You are intellectually dead. You are not intelligent. This is what they use in deceiving the African Americans. It is today that they are rising up. It will take time, because they didn't fight in order to establish that contact, that umbilical cord that will make us any touch you touch Black Americans, Africans will revolt in African mainland. They didn't establish that. Everybody becomes separate. But the white people that are wise, they establish contact with their motherland Europeans, who they fought with, who they killed, and they killed them. They forget all those things. They erase all these things and focus forward, focus in the future. But I know now. I know, we're ancestors. Black people, Africans, you people sold us. Every time there's something. Who is suffering? All of us. We must continue. I'm talking about the world order. Here on Radio Biafra, we don't pity ourselves. You understand? If you want to listen, you listen. If you don't want to, you don't need to go panya to click off and stop listening and continue dying in your stupidity. Because here we don't pity ourselves. Let me crush it. In recent time, due to the Chinese bold inroads into Africa, the Council of the European Union saw that a possible shortage of raw materials could hamper economic growth and the creation of European jobs. Because what matters to them is their job themselves, their people, not individual. Creation of European jobs, which was the main objective of the 2000 Lisbon Agenda. As agreed in March 2000, that is 2000, in Portugal, the Lisbon Agenda aims to make the European Union the most competitive and dynamic, really listen, knowledge-based economy. Knowledge-based economy in the world, capable of sustainable economic growth, with more and better jobs and greater social cohesion. I want you to notice that word. The European Union, they aims to make European Union the most competitive and dynamic knowledge-based economy in the world. Do you know what that you might hear it as a simple phrase, but it has deep meaning, very deep. Knowledge-based. Do you know what it means? That is why you as a Biafran, you are in Europe, you are able to have your job, a good job, because you are a professional there. It is knowledge-based. It is not tribal-based or religious-based or nepotistic-based. No, it is knowledge-based. He who has the best knowledge, take it. Because we want to build a viable country. That is knowledge-based, not belief-based. Because it's my pastor. It's I believe. No, there is no belief-based. Knowledge-based. Nigeria that is built on belief-based. There's one of the highest praying countries in the world. Where is it today? They are suffering from famine. They are bringing, they need 200 and giant of Africa, so-called, with 200 and something million human beings, Homo sapiens, with lands everywhere to cultivate. They are dying of famine. They are joining Somalia. When they are ringing this bell, know that many people are dying of malnutrition. I am telling you. When they start talking like this, know that in everywhere, people, don't you see that there's something terribly wrong? Nigeria is prayer-based. Nigeria is religious-based. Nigeria is tribalistic-based, nepotistic-based. Oh, my brother, based. But where are they today? Is it not time we change? How can you be doing something, the same thing, and you want a different result? No, it's impossible. Europe, they build they aim to make EU the most competitive and dynamic knowledge-based economy. Do you know that? Knowledge-based economy in the world. And not when they say inshallah. How someone will say, is inshallah. This one will say, na kayewa no chuku. Na God though. No, not be God. Na human being. Stop deceiving yourself. Europeans, they building knowledge-based economy. You are building belief-based. Nah, what God does not do does not exist. You are a Neanderthal. You onyara. Because it's only human being you know. You don't know God. It's just belief. It's not belief-based. It's not. This is what I'm telling you is what Europe, the Lisbon, because European Union, they went on a conference and made an agreement. And they agreed in March 2000 in Portugal, in Lisbon. It is called Lisbon Agenda. They aim to make the EU the most competitive and dynamic knowledge-based economy. In Africa, you base your economy on begging. Begging. China built the capital of African Union. People without shame, even with dignity. How much? $200 million only. $200 million. Babangida can offset that check with no qualms. It's not more than maybe money he gave to Ashawo that do him fine. Babangida is still alive. Tell him this is Babangida is capable of, only Babangida is capable of building that. But the people without dignity, they allow China say, okay. They cannot politely say no. Or it's our collective this. We have to contribute money and build this. Don't worry. Do you see where they are that is not knowledge-based, begging-based economy? When China built everything, they used Chinese Mandarin, write everything there, and they bug the hell out of everywhere. So that even if you whisper in any room, they are hearing everything. Do you see? How can you equal yourself in this world or with them? How? When you don't have dignity. How? Tell me how. With money you could be bought. You don't have no single dignity. I will soon open the lines. You see, I played the clip of Yoweri Museveni before, during my preamble. I played his clip, but I will play it another day because that man spoke many things. He say Africans are programmed to consume what they didn't produce and produce what they didn't consume. They will pour money and make you stop producing cassava. Stop producing cassava and yam. Oh yeah, put cotton. It's cotton. They pump money. It's cotton. You get money, but you become hungry. Let me just play just 1 minute.
It produces 25 million liters, million meters. So in order to clothe our people in Uganda without importing, we need about 11 factories like the one of Naiti, and they would employ about 20,000 people. So and we would save $880 million, which we are just giving it to other people. So this Ida, what did you say about the modern slavery of the Africans of producing raw materials? In one of our documents in Addis Ababa, we had talked of Africa producing what it does not consume and consuming what it does not produce.
This is what is a head of state. Even when you listen to this man, you see the difficulty there that really want genuine development, what they are facing. But you see them as people that don't have knowledge. They are prevented. I will play it another day because there is no more time. They are prevented from getting. He said he tried to borrow money for production, for manufacturing. They refuse. The same thing Kwame Nkrumah did immediately after independence with that zeal. He had a 20-year agenda of industrialization of Ghana. I hope you know that. Kwame Nkrumah. He had a 20-year, I said from that, you see, 1957 till 20 years agenda of industrializing Ghana so that Ghana will be in the same level with America, producing everything that they use. Now the project, he have drawn it, written the project. He went to America to solicit for fund. America saw, they say, show us your project. He showed them with enthusiasm, with happiness, thinking that he's dealing with, the same people. They saw that this man really want to genuinely develop Ghana. Because until you industrialize your country, you are not developed. Are you hearing me? Once you industrialize, man, start building factories everywhere that you produce what you use. You manufacture what you consume. That is industrialization. When the Americans saw this man, they saw him that, look, if we even allow International Monetary Fund or World Body to lend this man money, that he will develop, and these Africans, they will offset our world order. Kwame Nkrumah cried, and in America, he solicited no way. No, every door he knocked was closed. Doors were shut on him. He was shocked. He called everywhere, no way. They didn't even pick him. He came back to Ghana and traveled to Asia. I think to is it Cambodia or Laos, Vietnam. America now say, oh, they reach in their newspaper. Oh, this African Neanderthal now he wants to become a communist. He is hobnobbing with communism. They demonize him, and they rose people in Ghana, military officers. They are military officers in order to overthrow him. Before he didn't come back to Ghana. This Kotoka airport, Kotoka, you are hearing. He's a Western agent. He's among the people that overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, anchored them, all of them. I believe that is my own view. I believe that is why he didn't make any effort in supporting Ojukwu. When Ojukwu, they made the Aburi Accord, Ojukwu came back to Biafra, to Nigeria. Instead of Ankara to push, call the one and say, what is happening? But implement what you agreed on. I believe that he's a Western handlers. Britain cornered Ankara and tell him, hey, keep quiet, leave everything, don't talk, leave them. We know what we are doing. These are them. Even the father of this present president, Ghana president, all of them, they are the people that sabotage Kwame Nkrumah, push him away. And he didn't fly back to Ghana. He flew direct to Guinea. Sekou Touré received him and made him co-president of Guinea. Because Sekou Touré understand what he suffered. Sekou Touré wanted to develop Guinea. This Guinea you are seeing today, Sekou Touré said we need to develop Guinea. He had a plan to develop Guinea, industrialize Guinea. He said he didn't want to sign any pact for the continuation of colonization. That every French president or Francophone president used to sign secret pact for the continuation of colonization with France. Secretary said no. Instead of us to sign this thing, instead of us to always kneel down to feed fat, we stand up. I'll be standing up and die. No wahala. France destroyed the Guinea economy. France destroy what Guinea is suffering today. France. You see West, Haiti, just the same way they did to Haiti. They did it to Guinea. So Sekou Toure welcomed Kwame Nkrumah. He said, "My brother, I know this is the difficulty we hit in this independence. And the other countries that saw this, they were afraid. Other African presidents, they were afraid. They were scared stiff, so that they don't make any noise. They don't reject anything. They have to collaborate with the West. But had it been all of them rose up and said no, what you did to Kwame Nkrumah, do to us so that we suffer it at once. But Africans, will they do it? The answer is no. Some way they have willing tools everywhere. That is the problem we are having. They cannot join together. Instead, they start remembering, say, Kwame Nkrumah no be Ashanti. Ashanti people. My great grandfather said the Ashanti people even kill his small brother. And this one I say, Sekou Toure no be Susu. No, Susu people. They start remembering bad things instead of joining hands together in order to get what we want for the future purpose. That is a black man for you. They start referring backwards. Our ancestors, didn't they kill twins? Okay, they are bad, now they are evil. Very hopeless character. That is why we are in this trouble, in this mess. That's why we're in this mess. So this clip, I will stop it here. I will play it another day and use it as a pro, because there are many things there. There are many things. But in conclusion, we are in a I want you to understand the type of fight we are in. We are in a very big fight for survival from the current established world order. Our fight for freedom should be thorough. Thoroughly knowledge-based. Do you see the reason why we are here morning, afternoon, night? Always in this platform, educating ourselves in order to be knowledge-based, to build a knowledge-based nation. Knowledge-based, not a superstitious-based. Nah, they say based. No, knowledge. Knowledge, not superstition. Europeans eradicated superstition. That is why they are behaving the way they are. They are moving forward. They eradicated super. That's why if you tell an European, nah, spirit today here, don't go. He tell you, say, don't worry. When did the spirit used to come out? You say, it used to come out 1 in the morning. You will wait. That 1 in the morning, you will go there to wait that spirit. I want you to notice it. I want you to try it. Try, and that is the way they change their system. It is not something that is natural to them and natural. No, they work on their head the same way we are now working on our heads. So now the end result is what you are seeing. Just tell a concussion, joke with him. Just for you are seeing it as a joke, but to be serious. Maybe a prank. You tell him that there is one spirit that used to come out from here by 12 in the afternoon. And nobody goes there. Please, if you go there, that spirit will catch you. And if he catch you, he will tear your face. He will tell you, okay, he will wait. That 12, he will go there. Because he want to know. It's knowledge based. He want to know. But to tell it an African, before you know he run. He say, I beg, I no one listen again. I run, I no one that. He have believed because it's superstition-based knowledge. Superstition-based country. Are you hearing me? Make this experiment. When you tell an African, you job there immediately, he will be afraid. Even before he say, no, I beg, make we not go near there again, I beg. He will go. Because he has superstition. Superstition. That is what works in him. Superstition. There is this prank they use, these content creators. Sometimes you learn something. There are these people, one will dress, he will dress like, what they call native doctor. Wear red, this and that. If he will go and start collecting somebody's luggage in the market, the person will run. Why? Because he's superstitious. No, go and do it to a concussion. If we have a hammer, it will tear your head. Say you and that your spirit. It will kill you and that your spirit. because they have removed themselves. It is not something that you might be seeing it. That's why some people, when I listen to them, I say no. You people should understand. Oh, why the Europeans will behaving? They don't, the religion they have is not the same way. No, it is not about the religion. It is the way their heads have been worked on. I don't know their heads, their heads no more. They have changed their mentality. So they don't see religion as the basic thing. They are no more superstitious. Are you hearing me? They are knowledge based. You are superstitious. That's why when they say, write something now, say you are going to get a $1 million tomorrow. If you say amen, just post it in your timeline. You will see amen. If you post this post, if you comment and say amen, you are going to get 1 million before the month ends. Say amen, post and get. You will see many of our people amen, no, amen. Before you know, you get millions of amen, amen. Because our people are superstitious, is primitive minded people. It's super. Nah, amen, no. I ain't gonna get one. Only I say amen, no, when you come on the yaka. Okay, with the $1 million. Say amen. So that before the end, there is the things they used to send before. If you send this blessing to 20 people, you will receive a blessing. Say that if people used to send me that, I want them, don't ever send me this rubbish. I'll block your ass. We should remove ourselves from superstition so that we enter knowledge. That is, with this, we are going to remove ourselves from the position we are in this current world order, so that we be in a better position that will benefit us. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
I want to export. Why don't you tell me about import substitution and export promotion? Instead, you are telling me of import support. Money is available for to become more dependent. So I'm very glad to hear what finally, the cash, which we told our people about in the 1960s, we told them, part of the wars we fought in Uganda, we had to get rid of the neo-colonial groups which were there, which were stopping us from thinking. We had to get rid of them by force. But one of the problems was Africa producing raw materials, matière primaire. They call it in French, matière primaire. Raw materials. Imagine coffee. The global value of coffee is $460 billion. All the coffee producing countries of the world, Brazil, us, all these, we only get 25 billion of that. Out of the 460 billion, the coffee producing countries get 25 billion. And Africa gets only 2.5 billion. 900 million of that comes to Uganda because Uganda produces a lot of coffee. A country like Germany, which has no coffee, earns $65 billion from coffee. So this I sell a kilo of coffee, good grade coffee, $2.5. Somebody in London would get $241 from that 1 kilo. Okay, there are other costs on the way. I don't want to, because he's the owner of a restaurant and so on. But coffee roasting, coffee grinding, coffee packing must happen here in Africa. It must happen at source. The shirt I'm putting on is Ugandan cotton. I don't put on foreign clothes. It's only the trousers I'm putting on because I can't go naked. Because they have not solved that problem for me. So, if you look at cotton, how many job levels are there? Job levels. You grow the cotton. Okay, that one we do. Those jobs we do. We gene the cotton. Kutoa mbegu, remove the seeds. That one we do here. And we end there. When you hear all these countries which have got crisis, Burkina Faso, I don't know what, Mali, all of them are cotton growing countries. But how much textiles are they producing? They're importing textiles, I don't know from where. So, Now, if you end at level 2, ginning, removing the seeds, then you take the pamba, you take the cotton, to cleverer people who are clever, watu wenye akili wako huko, sisi hapo tutajiita vipi? Kama mtu anakuzidi akili wewe unasema wewe nani? So they take the cotton, they spinning, more money, more jobs for their children. They weave, more money, more jobs for their children. They put the print, more money, more jobs for their children. I looked at the figures. Uganda consumes 276 million meters of textiles each year. And that wonderful country of yours spends $880 million on clothes. Some of them dead people's clothes from Europe. When people die, their clothes, they are sent to you people, to Africa. And we spend 800, all the money we earn from coffee goes back to bring dead people's clothes. But we have got one factory there called Nitil. It produces 25 million million meters. So in order to clothe our people in Uganda without importing, we need about 11 factories like the one of Nitil. And they would employ about 20,000 people. So and we would save $880 million, which we are just giving it to other people.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu Province on Biafra land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 6th day of June 2024. Our lines are now open. Remember, we talked about in the series of Living the Continuous Colonial Legacy, we talked a bit about the world order, and I think we will continue on this another day. So, our lines are now open. We are trying to restore a nation, a knowledge-based nation, not a superstitious-based nation, please. Our lines are now open. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have the first caller already there. First caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Chinedu, from here.
There, Mazi.
My name was Marcel Okeke, but now Chigozimo Okeke for my purpose. So, Mazi, I want to start by thanking IPOB members all over the world, both Biafrans in Biafra land, for coming together to debunk the lies, the lies of propagandists, mainly the Europeans and their agent provocateurs, including the Nigerians who think that the IPOB have been destroyed. We shame them. That is why they reported an attack. But that one is there. We continue. They cannot stop us. So, Mazi, I want to start this contribution like this. Our people are too superstitious. What other people are thinking and talking about. Now, people take it as an end time. This end time they told them one time ago that the new world order, CCCs and Antichrist, all this is going to come. Ideologists, but they know that a time shall come when people will revolt against their Christianity. They now target Antichrist. That is what our people see as a new world order. That someday a day is coming when you will see CCCs in people's feet. That is what our people. That is problem of our people, religion and superstitious. That is why the Chinedu Biafra, what we have learned here, I can never learn it. I don't know where we can learn it. What we learn in Radio Biafra. Understand? That's why we must continue, Mazi. You see this emancipation, we must continue until our people are free. Then we can talk about the new freedom, because we are just with this mentality of our people, we are not ready. You understand me now? Our people want things now. They don't want to plan about tomorrow. No, they don't care about tomorrow. Now, if it's not now then forget about it. What are you talking? That's why I can deceive some of them. Tell them that Biafra is coming today. They say, some fool say yes, he's the man. Biafra is coming tomorrow. They say yes because they don't want to think and make discerning reason to know that you have to work for something before you can harvest. You understand? European will sit and they plan for 20 years and start making plan for it. Skeleton from grassroots. The black man want now. You don't want to think. You don't want to know how this thing is saying, how to work on this. No, you just want plan today and harvest today. That is problem. That's what we are suffering, Mazi. So we must continue to be enlightening our people until they come to realistic that you have to work before you eat. So thank you, Mazi. Let me allow others to talk. Tomorrow is another day.
Well, thank you, my brother. Thank you, Mazi. Caller, just like what you said, there is something our people, it's ignorance. When people talk about the new world order, the world has been in order right from beginning. I am telling you. When you say the new world order, which means there was an old world order. So it's the powerful that replaces, that takes over and form his own world order. So now we are in the order of the Europeans. What we are not fighting to change the world order, no. And being in order is not bad. The only thing is that if it's not profiting you, if you are being used, now it is that time you say, you start crying like we. Because Africa is being made scheduled to be a cheap raw materials supplier and finish. And we need to fight in order to change it so that we be on the, even if Biafra comes tomorrow, there must be a world order, but we will be on the advantage. During the time of Roman Empire, that time there was a world order. Rome was in charge. In the world, in the then world, their own then world they know. Because that time, many of the world today they know, they didn't know it. Like the new world, America and many parts of Africa. Are you hearing me? So when our people, it's because of this superstition and what is being hammered in our head. Oh, new world order, new world order, new world. You think it's something very distant. There must be order. If there is no world order, which means everybody will be behaving as he likes. One country will go and invade another country because he can do it. But there is a world order. Order is law. So that there are things you cannot do. You cannot go and attack one country, invade one country because you can do it. No. There are laws, world laws guiding it. That is world order. But when people, because of religious sentiment, the way they interpret it as something, new world order. No. Emancipate ourselves from this type of mentality. Caller on WhatsApp. Mazi, if you could please go on. Can you hear me?
Yes, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm good. There, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Jonathan, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven.
Welcome to IPOB Rapture Media, IPOB Call to Action, Biafrans Return to Farming, Invest in Agriculture. Have you ever paused to question the importance of self-sufficiency in food production, food self-sufficiency, or the ability of a nation to feed its own people from its own resources, plays a pivotal role in securing a country's future? It's more than just filling our bellies. It's about nourishing our economy, our workforce, and our independence. Imagine being at the mercy of external sources for your daily bread. It's like a constant game of tug-of-war at where your sustenance is the rope. Any moment the balance could tip and you'd be left scrambling for resources. This reliance could pose potential threats to national security and economic stability. Outsourcing our food needs puts us in a vulnerable position, susceptible to price hikes, supply chain disruptions, or even political manipulations. But let's flip the coin and look at the benefits of self-sufficiency in food production. Firstly, it empowers our economy. When we invest in agriculture, we're not just planting seeds in the soil, we're sowing the seeds of economic growth. The farm-to-table journey involves many hands, from farmers to transporters, from retailers to restaurateurs. Each link in this chain represents a job, a livelihood, a boost to our economy. Secondly, it ensures food security. By growing our own food, we can control the quality and quantity of our produce. We're also less likely to experience food shortages, ensuring that no one in our community goes to bed hungry. Lastly, it promotes sustainability. Agriculture done right can be a tool for environmental conservation, preserving our land's fertility for future generations. So you see, self-sufficiency in food production is not just a matter of pride, it's a matter of survival, of economic prosperity, and of national security. Understanding the importance of food self-sufficiency sets the stage for our discussion on the call to action from IPOB. Recently, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, called on Biafrans to return to farming and invest heavily in agriculture. This is not just a call to action, but a clarion call for survival and self-sufficiency. The world is on the brink of a food crisis, and Nigeria is no exception. An impending famine looms large, threatening to cast a dark shadow over the land. But here's the thing. Biafrans are not destined to be victims, but victors. Sufficiency. The world is on the brink of a food crisis, and Nigeria is no exception. An impending famine looms large, threatening to cast a dark shadow over the land. But here's the thing. Biafrans are not destined to be victims, but victors. Sufficiency. The world is on the brink of a food crisis, and Nigeria is no exception. An impending famine looms large, threatening to cast a dark shadow over the land. But here's the thing. Biafrans are not destined to be victims, but victors. Sufficiency. The world is on the brink of a food crisis, and Nigeria is no exception. An impending famine looms large, threatening to cast a dark shadow over the land. But here's the thing. Biafrans are not destined to be victims, but victors.
When you see a black man, anything a white person do to a black man, I will not say sorry, because black people are Satan in human form. They don't think, they don't reason. But our leaders have been on this platform for 10 years. educating a lot of our people, black people. Some other country have heard this news and they are making a move. But for black people, for Igbo people in particular in Nigeria, for Emmanuel Iwanyamu in Nigeria, for Hoku Zodima in Nigeria, for Wike, for all these evil people, they don't remember that one day they will die and they will leave all this money and die and go. It is a pity that black man cannot reason up to this extent. Tinubu, go and kill innocent people because you are a criminal. You are a drug pusher. The American people approve you to be a president of Nigeria because you are a criminal. America cannot allow such people to be their president. Britain cannot allow such people to be their president. But they want to destroy Africa because they are white people. Thank you, Jonathan. I greet all the people who understand that the only way out is to sponsor IPOB so that we make way for unborn generation. Because some of us are today old. We don't know when we are going to left. So what am I saying? I congratulate GOS, Chinedu, Chinasa Nworu and their group to continue fighting. If Tinubu said that today, tomorrow, Biafra will stop, is dreaming. Yoruba hate Igbo people. Yoruba people. I don't know what is wrong with the Yoruba. Does it mean that Yoruba cannot stand on their own?
Mazi,
and fight
round
for
up.
their unborn generation?
There were.
It's a pity that black people are so stupid and foolish.
There
Thank you,
were.
Jonathan.
There were.
Chukwu Kabiama be your strength. All hail Biafra.
Almost say Biafra. For your information, black people are not Satan, please. We are correcting ourselves because we are deceived. We need to come out of ignorance. That is it. But please, we are not Satan. It's the West that know what is Satan. We don't know. Caller on Signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on Signal.
Yes, Professor Jonathan. Good evening from my side. I am Mazi and I'm calling right from the coastal region of Biafra, Kwaiban, Presley. Professor Jonas, there is something I want to say, which I tried to reach out during Mazingo broadcast. And this thing is pivotal. I'm sorry for digression from your topic. This is, like what happened in Aba, Obikabia Junction on the day of our heroes and heroic remembrance. DOS more fashion a way to talk to our people, all these video people. So if they don't know what to use their phone to do, they should play game. If those people did not capture this on video, even though when we know that it's a orchestrated plan by the Nigerian government to blackmail our citizen, which was 100% compliance or more than even 100% compliance. So if without that video, the effect would have been less. Some of what those video does to us, the level of damage control he put on us in the media is enormous, and the DOS must fashion a way to talk to our people to desist from making unnecessary kind of videos. Now I go to your subject of submission. Professor Jonas, human advancement in nature in this very physical world we are is a function of human value system. And you can't take it away from value system. And when you chronicle the composition of the damnable zoological Nigeria, you know there are conflict of values. What does average Biafran share in common with the Yoruba man or the Hausa or the Na? Talk more of the Fulani who are invaders in this contraction called Nigeria. We share nothing. So what the Britain did was an orchestrated plan to create this confusion so that the indigenous nations in this present contraption cannot advance based on their own cultural and human values, like what Biafrans did during the war, you know? So these are the problems, and they are a honor of confusions. So what another aspect of it is the legacies. You know, this is one aspect of the colonial legacy. Another aspect of it is I stand to fall to the religions, especially the Christianity and the Islam, that they are object of conquest. And what they try to do to our people is to destroy our values by trying to make us a kind of belief system base rather than basing our this in objectivity and superior reasoning. So those are the points. There are no ways people can advance without having a core cardinal knowledge that is based in the objectivity and the superior reasoning. These are how some civilized world develop. It is not on the belief system or one imaginary heaven that nobody has gone to and come back to tell us how it looks like. So those are part of the issues. And what you people are doing in Radio Biafra is a welcome development because consistency is the key. It is not something that we can change overnight. It is a gradual process. And by trying to, your in-depth research has a useful impartation on most of our people who listen to Radio Biafra, and that is why we keep talking to our people to listen to Radio Biafra so that some of these illusions we can get off from it and they believe in realism. So, Professor Jonas, having said this, let me step down and allow some other comrades to make their input.
There were Mazi.
Biafra is our identity, and we must propagate this message of freedom.
There were.
Almost say Biafra.
Almost say Biafra. There were. You're right. Our people, there is no way to talk to our people other than for people to use their common sense. There are things, when you see it, you just keep quiet. You go your way. Because you might be bringing up a monster that will even consume you yourself. When you video some certain things, you might be a victim. You might be a victim of that thing, of the result of what you promoted. So that's it. Because, our people are, as I used to say, emotional in nature. So that's it. Let me pick this call. Caller on what's up? Please hold on. I'll come to you. Caller on direct line. Mazi, can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on direct line. He dropped. Caller on direct line. Wapu also Mazi. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir. I can hear you, sir. I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
There we go.
Yeah. That's what I said. I agree to your XNM na long engineer na na go. Okay, Kagago's in oh. Ndị media ekene m esen ana m ekele unu maazị Nnamdi Kanu afọ n'anya nye nri nwaanyị gị ezigbo mmadụ ka ọ bụ otu onye a na-afụ na mmadụ ka ọ bụ sir, looking into this presentation tonight, I think I was beginning to see that most of your previous teachings has reviewed so much, or should I say have answered a lot peradventure the people, the indigenous people of Nigeria keep listening to us from this platform, they should have known that the presence of the colonial legacy and its world order has never disenfranchised anyone from its value. Most of us think the whole thing has taken away our value. No. Let me calm down a little bit. Why I'm saying this is that one of your course that you teach us the other time about Pan-Africanism, you made us understand that the distinction of Pan-Africanism is not really a good one with Africa. The Pan-Asians and Pan-Euros, we are centered on political and economic interest to benefit their own self. So it never talks about, those definitions have never hampered or maybe infringed or maybe restrict any other diverse culture from any other ethnicity or races. You understand? But now I begin to wonder why Nigerians per se, when I mean Nigerians, those of them who are religious with Christian or maybe should I say Muslim, irrespective of whichever religion you believe in Nigeria. You understand? A lot of us have begun to walk away from who we are. Let me take a case study. When the Bible said, God said in himself that he's going to make a choice by himself, like, let's create man in his own image. This whole thing is all about choice. If humanity in this ecology called Nigeria have chosen to let go of who they are, it is left for them. I don't think this European colonial legacy is even trying to push us out from what we believe in and what has been working for us from ab initio. So I'm only trying to encourage most of our African brothers, mostly the Igbos, precisely the Igbos, who have stood so complacent not to understand who we are. The other day I went to do my hustling, where I do a hustling. So the pastor who called me is a client. He called me. I was working for him, and something came up. He said, "Oh, my daughter is coming back next week." I said, "Who is your daughter?" But I was wondering, this young age, you had a daughter that I put to bed. So he rephrased it, and I was like, "No, it's my daughter in the Lord. She put to bed, and hopefully you'll be coming to stay in my house. I'm preparing this room for her to stay." But to have a little inch. I said, "What is the inch?" He said that the newborn baby was having this Kehana where this our Tanishi. This, when you born a new baby, you begin to see something eating up on top of his head or her hair as a child. So that the doctor said they will take care of it, but it's not working. I said, "Sir, are you from where?" He said, "It's Delta Ibo." I said, "Which one is Delta Ibo, sir?" "Your wife is from where?" He said, "Ibo." I said, "I don't understand what you are doing. I know you are a certain man of God. Yes, fine. But let's tell ourselves the truth. What did the scripture told you in the Genesis? Why are you going to doctors? You want to just commit a sin by killing that newborn baby. My elder brother, immediate elder brother, have a child, and the same thing happened to him. And immediately they plug the lid and squeeze it and drop on top of that, and the thing dried up. So what are you doing? You say, it's true what you're saying. Okay, you're Igbo man. I say, yes, I'm Igbo. Call Igbo. Spell it with capital letter. I'm Igbo man, So I don't want to see all you people deceiving people, telling them. He said, no, it's not like it's, but it's just that everybody believes in what it is. I say, you see the problem. So why I'm saying this is that a lot of things have happened. I was coming out from a KK, so the little substance I have in my, it's not like it's dangerous to harmful to the skin. It poured out. And the woman, old woman, very aged woman, like around 50. And she was just shouting, Jesus, Jesus, want to fall out from there. I said, Mommy, why are you doing this to yourself? What happened to Jesus? This thing did not pour on you. It even splashed beside my own seat. And it's just a little paint that I'm coming back with. So what is this? He says, stop this. I don't want that thing. It's Jesus that saved me. It's my Savior. I will call him. I'll keep calling him. If you don't want him, leave it. I say, no, I love Jesus more than you think you do. But it's not every little thing you check up. What if you fall out and an oncoming vehicle hits you up from this KK? What will happen? So you say it's me that killed you. He said, leave that thing, So there has been a choice that we have chosen as Africans or Nigerian Christians or Nigerian Muslims to what even the Muslims never accepted this Christianity. from the ammunition. So they choose their own culture, and it's working for them. So I will just let it be at this moment, trying to believe that the legacies of the colonial masters and its works order has ever entrenched us, not speaking out from what happened in Aba by the traditional leaders or maybe the political leaders that we have here. So I want to believe that you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not just trying to argue you, but I'm only trying to encourage us that this thing is real that you are teaching us, bringing to our knowledge here. And people should buy the idea to listen to Radio Biafra consistently. Thank you so much. I remain
Mazi. Thank you very much. What we should understand is this. You as a human being, you are the way you are raised up, what you continue hearing, what you see, what you consume is your makeup. You find out that you develop the character. It is not once a baby, a human being is born into this world, is neutral. If a baby is born, even if it's a black baby, but born in the midst and grew up in the midst of Chinese right from babyhood, he will start behaving like Chinese because it takes the culture of what he saw, what he eats. If they raise him up with noodles as Chinese, he will start being like that, develop appetite for that. Later, in the later age, if you bring a G, he will tell you don't know it. He will not have appetite for it. So, what am I trying to say? Our makeup is the way we grew up, what we hear, what we continue consuming as information. That is what makes us up as human beings. It detects our character. We should understand this. Caller on, I think, let me see. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Go on.
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening to you from here. Am I coming out, Mazi Jonathan?
Mazi, you are. Go on.
Good evening to Biafrans all over the world, IPOB family, and our great leader, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Good evening, sir, to you from here. My name is Desmond, and I'm calling from Italy, Mazi. Mazi Jonathan, I want to say this your program is very, very important because this is one of the things that we have to do also, mental emancipation. Because when you talk about colonialism, it's all about mentality. You see, sometimes when you interview people, like some time ago I was in Biafra land, I was trying to talk with some people. You talk about fear, citing what happened in Aba, even to Abaribe, and then you see that some people, when you're talking to them, you will see the spirit of they fear themselves. Some will even know the truth, but they fear themselves, they fear the environment they are, they fear the person next to them, they even fear you that is talking to them. So that fear is covering up their mentality for people to see what you are saying. Despite even in their inner heart, they know what you are saying is the truth, but it's difficult for them to accept it. So this kind of topic is very good for us to try to emancipate our people mentally, for them to understand, and also try to encourage that fear is something that if you don't remove it from you, you will die before your time. So it's very like what happened in Aba. Do you know that, like the example you gave, you citing the movie of Mosofia? Do you know that was exactly the same thing Senator Abaribe did, Honorable Abaribe? That was the same thing he did. Do you know the embarrassment in Aba? The media was carrying it, flying it up and down. He didn't respond. He just went to Abuja. When he got to Abuja, he now responded and said the military, they are doing a professional job. Do you understand now? So he said people that
we don't understand this phenomena that Igwebike. When you talk tough,
yes.
We should learn from the Fulani. Do you remember when they were on the rampage in 2015 when they imported all these people everywhere? They were overwhelmed, but they didn't give up. Their politicians, this
Yes.
one will come up and give one excuse. Say, no, the people killing Nigerians, they are foreigners. He will not condemn it. Oh. The other one, Rufai will come out. No, I even go to the extent of going outside to pay them. Because that time they were just checking the mentality of Nigerians, how they will react, flying kites. Until they sit down where they know that Nigerians are rubbish people. Now, how potassium complete. Our people, like, if this thing happens to a northern senator, the whole Fulani, all of them will come out to condemn it. They will call the Nigerian military chief. Why are you doing this? No. But, you don't expect only Senator Baribe to fight it. You understand me? Because when only him, he will fail. And others will laugh at him.
Yes.
But had it been his other place, not even only him will talk about it. Before you know, other politicians, or Igbo politicians should rise up and say, why is it so? This and that. This one will come from Anambra, this one from Rivers, this one will talk from everywhere. Yeah, you will see. But everybody keep quiet, calm. And now he go and start praising them. That's it. Very sad. Mazi, go on, please.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad. That is what they call the simple tool of divide and rule, conquer tactics. You see, because you see that our politicians, they are not in one forum. They see themselves, they laugh, but they are not in one forum. And it's very, very sad. It's one of them. That is why we tell them that the only option our people have now is to support IPOB, support our leader, and stand with us. No matter how difficult it is, that is the only way to go. This is the message you keep bringing to our people to understand. Because in the land of Biafra now, the land of Biafra is like a land that has been decimated by these enemies. That is the truth. But our leader has come and done marvelous work. Like our May 30th have proven to the world that we have taken, the people of Biafra have taken, not the politicians, so the people of Biafra. And the example our people should learn is that once the people take back their land, the politicians will submit. Let me give you an example. May 30th, Peter Mba, you heard what the rubbish he was talking. But when that day reached, there was no vehicle, there was nobody. He sat at home. Even his own police station was shut down. So our people should understand that the power still lies with the people. And that is the same way we are going to fight the military out of our land. As they are killing our people in Aba, and Tinubu has given them the go-ahead orders, we have to rise up and fight them. Our people have to raise a campaign that we don't want Nigerian military in our land. And that is where we stand. Because they cannot continue to kill our people and it will continue to go like that. So Biafrans, we must stand up. Like I used to say, there is nothing. What we are doing, despite the educative aspect, it still needs finance. We have to support ESN. Biafrans must rise up anywhere you are. You give your support to ESN. Financially, you have to support ESN through IPOB units, IPOB zones, and through our PayPal, www.ipob.org, or through any other means that's approved by HODTOS, Mazi Chinedu, in form of fundraising or other means. We have to support ESN. And I want to say something, Mazi. There is a caller in your last program with Mazi that said that somebody is in Biafra land, is trying to support ESN through our PayPal, but is finding it difficult. Please, some of our people in Biafra land, they find it difficult to support ESN through the PayPal. If you have such problem, you can call. You can call any of the radio center, Mazi Chineke. Imagine any of them, they will direct you, they will give you a connection to another means you can use to pay. Because sometimes, at home, the network issue, even their banking system, everything there is not functional. So most of our people, they find these difficulties. And when you call our radio presenters, you will be directed. So that our brother should please encourage the person that wants to do that he should call one of the presenters, and then they will exchange numbers, and then we'll get to him. They will know what to do. The president knows what to do. That's the way it is. Then lastly, Mazi, I want to make this announcement directly from the office of the National Coordinator of IPOB here in Italy. This announcement is very, very important for Biafrans in Italy to take note, and also the governmental agencies in Italy to also take note, because it's very important to bring this to the note of Biafrans in Italy and the governmental agencies in Italy. So this announcement from the National Coordinator's Office of Italy and it is saying that IPOB Palermo have been dissolved. IPOB family in Italy has no zone in Palermo any longer. For now, IPOB Palermo Italy have been dissolved. We have no zone in Palermo for now until further notice. After what we are doing, then we will come up to also do it. So please, Biafrans in Palermo, Biafrans in Italy, agencies in Italy must please take note of this announcement this evening because it is very, very important. I'm saying it again from the Office of the National Coordinator, IPOB Italy is giving this out this announcement that IPOB Palermo, Italy is dissolved for now. Further notice. Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan. I don't know if there's it from here. They were watching it.
There were Mazi. There were. Thank you very much. We must continue. As we are winding down towards the end of the program, caller on. I want to pick the callers on direct line, but the timing is very, very poor. Their timing is poor. They are calling when somebody is already speaking. Caller on, let me go on. Caller on signal. Mazi, Madabuchi, can you hear me?
Yes, my brother, I can hear you.
There, Mazi, go on.
God bless you for your work for our motherland. Mazi, good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. My name is Ifanchukwu Madabuchi, and I'm reaching you from the Netherlands. You see, what I want to touch is relating to that concept of after effect of the colonization, and then as it relates to Biafran plight in Nigeria. You see, our politicians from the East, and especially our governors from the Southeast, rushed to so-called proscribed IPOB. And now, the Nigerian government proscribed IPOB and they tagged us whatnot. Where I'm driving at is, due to this presidential fiat from the office of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, them to go and flush them, to go and crush them, to go and they saw the militant. You said the suspected militant IPOB terrorist. However, he said it. Now, the army will get that marching order with the concept. They say they call it the dynamics of fighting terrorism. Do you know that the Nigerian army said that in fighting terrorism there is what do you call it? Nobody's innocent, and that is what they carried to come to Biafra land, to Abia State. The idea that nobody is innocent. That's why they are humiliating, beating, killing, and taking our people away to unknown destination. And the same thing they did in Okwama in Delta State, or Okwama, however it's pronounced. They decimated that area, they killed a lot of people, they destroyed that village or town, and displaced a lot of people. And the same thing they're doing in Abia State. And the one man with Igbo name, also Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, a spokesman of the army, is denying that there's nothing that's happening, there's nothing they're doing to people or citizens in United States, that it is propaganda. Now, what we are saying here is that
the same role of what is his name during the war, the one that what is his name? That that is countering the working on Nigerian with the Gowon, as he made him the premier of the East that during the war, which he used to go.
Oh, is it Ukpa or somebody like that?
Ukpa Biaseka. Yes, Ukpa Biaseka.
Yeah.
The same thing. They always a spokesperson in the general, paper general, always spokesperson. They come, they know. Do you see how they Fulani? Do you see how they work? It's Igbo man that they will bring out, oh yeah, talk, what happened? Say, no, nothing happened. It's propaganda. But they are killing his people.
Yeah.
Mazi, go on, please. Very funny.
It is so sad. It is so sad that people, you are from the inside, you know what is happening. Of course, maybe you cannot influence it, but to take it upon yourself to come and say that people who are crying that their people are missing and that their people are being killed, that we saw them shooting into water. Are they hunting? Are they killing fish to go on machine gun in water? And they are saying nothing is happening. Who killed this Prince Obia? Now in Abia State, in his father's palace. His father is His Royal Highness Ngozi Obia. They killed him in his father's palace with his friend. Is this also a lie from anybody? But the worst thing that we're experiencing is that our people in the armed forces, our politicians of all levels, and our clergy, so-called clergymen, everybody is silent in what is going on in Abia State. What investigation have they done to say that this person did it or the other person didn't do it? We know as IPOB, as our working people, we are working. We know that this is a false flag operation by the Nigerian armed forces. We know. We know that it is a covert operation in the sense that it was done in secret so that nobody knows. But we know what happened because it is all mapped out how it will happen and why it will happen in order to still sow chaos in Abia State. Now you ask yourself, why is a government helping in making the East chaotic while a lot of armed forces and are being killed and maimed in the north, in Katsina, in Yobe, in Maiduguri, in Nasarawa, so to all of those places. Yeah, I'm not counting Kaduna, Benue, and Plateau. I'm not counting them because it is a war zone. Why haven't Nigerian army declared to go and get those people who are killing people all over the places, even in Biafra land? We are not saying that people who should not be investigated and know who investigated and they are arrested who commit any crime. But the vehemence and the venom that they use to slaughter people and disappear people and displace people in Biafra land is unacceptable. And therefore, the restoration of independent and sovereign Republic of Biafra is the solution. And we demand a referendum. This is not fight, let's shoot and see who wins. Nigeria want to fight war, but they didn't invade Niger State. I mean, Niger Republic. But they want to come to the east to display their armory, to scare men and women who are looking for their daily bread. That's where they become generals. God bless Biafra. Thank you, my brother.
There war. That is it. The hatred is so demonic. It's overwhelming. Caller on, you'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me, please, Mazi? Go on.
Professor Jonathan, thank you for taking my call.
There, Mazi.
Okay, you're speaking to a brother who's a the scavenger. I'm calling from Africa Sud. Africa Sud is South Africa. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, who set up this Radio Biafra, a citadel of knowledge and spirituality to educate us, we Biafrans. And that is what you, Professor Jonathan, is doing. Professor Jonathan, I say maintain your blessing. Maintain your blessing. Professor Jonathan, what you are doing for us, you know, if you can be able to charge as a lecturer for an hour, you know how much you take in Harvard University or in Oxford University to teach history for more than 5 hours. You know how much you will charge, but you are doing it for us. Professor Jonathan, do you think that if we have somebody like you in Enugu State as a governor, are we Biafra not in safe hand? Do you think that if we have somebody like Chinedu as a house of somebody who is a senator representing Biafra land in anywhere in the world, whether United Nations or anywhere, do you think we will lack? We will not lack anything because we have somebody who will speak. We have somebody when he talks, then people know that this person is talking. Somebody who articulate, who know exactly what his people want. He knows what he wants first before his people. He knows how to defend his people. That is what we are lacking in Biafra land. Professor Jonathan, a person who is representing a Biafran in somewhere in Igbo land was humiliated on the street while he was passing, detained for some hours, talked down and humiliated him. Anyway, he don't feel humiliated because you know their way, they know their way, they know how they do. But after that, he went to Abuja and said that the armies are doing a correct, marvelous job. That is what Professor Jonathan, where are all these our buruburus? You know, the Biafra people are the only people who don't have anybody to speak to. Who will talk now and everywhere shake. If Babangida talk today in Nigeria, everywhere will be shaking. If Obasanjo talk today in Nigeria, everywhere will be shaking. For instance, you go and attack somebody in Obenosho, maybe in Keru or in Petimodo, somewhere in Yoruba land. When Obasanjo talk, the federal government will go and back him. Just like they will give them compensation as June 12 because of Abiola. But only the Biafran, only the one person who's supposed to be speaking for us, they just cage it by the heart of the people who call themselves Buruburu, who call themselves Agunoribe, who call themselves. When they're answering all those names, you ask who are which snake are they eating? Which Buruburu are they? Because Buruburu means somebody who is in all departments. He can represent his people. He can cover his people in all angles. But we don't have anybody to speak to for us. Professor Jonathan, where are we going to start? You talked about Africans. Is it not in Africa just last year? They said a Gambian president who hosted the whole Islamic IOC organization conference in his country, and he brought each person who's supposed to represent who came for that 57 about SVU. For what? For them to come one day and spend and go. And he brought them down to Nigeria. Is it not in Nigeria where somebody spent 50-something billion to go and buy a yacht for driving? Tinubu, the president. And after buying it, the Naira went to depreciate. But now Nigeria asked, why did the Naira fall down? That is what we are seeing. Professor Jonathan, what are we going to talk? You ask us question here. How do you want the world to respect you as an African man? How? How can the world respect people who punish their own people, who don't have shame? Presidents who don't have shame, they don't know how to defend their people. They only believe in import. As we look at what we are talking now, IPOB are talking about famine. Look at what the Fulanis bring to kill the youths who are supposed to do the farming. They know what they are doing. Professor Jonathan, I'm going to stop here because you are about to stop. But what we are saying is that what we need is for them, the only thing for them to just at least respect their own law, to keep even that their country okay, for at least for them to be respected. It's only to give our leader, release him, because he is discharged and acquitted by their own court, not our own. And that is where we stand. Discharged and acquitted, that is our own English to understand. If there is any other English they will bring, they will put on top of it. Let them use it anyhow. But what we want, that they must release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. He committed no crime. Your court said that he committed no crime. Thank you for taking my call, Professor Jonathan. Biafrans, I love you. IPOB members are my blood. Bye.
There were Mazi, there were. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, this is where I'm going to switch off the phones. Please do not call. I will not pick again. What we do here is mental sanitation. If you also have another argument opposing to what we preach, please don't hesitate to come, because in this restoration effort or mental sanitization, we need the participation of everybody. We need to be talking to each other. We need to be discussing. We need to be debating. In order to raise superior arguments. When you hear about the awakening, the European awakening, they entered into series of discussions every time they are debating. It's not bad to debate, to learn. There is this Chinese monastery. What they do there is always they stimulate the brains of the what do they call them? Or these people in the monastery. The monks, yes. The Buddhist monks. Every day they must stimulate one question, bring out one question for discussion. Everybody. They can, absurd things, mundane things. You put, it makes you reason and think deep, make researches. That is what we want. Because, as I said, we are trying to restore a knowledge-based nation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say we cannot afford to restore a nation filled up with superstitious people. A superstition-based nation. No. That thing we see, we believe. Seeing is believing. Experiencing is belief. Knowing is believing. You know it. You don't believe. You know it. That is who we should be. I used to watch these ghost hunters. Any place they say haunted house or haunted forest, abara or no, that makes noise or do something or kill people in the night. You see them, they position themselves in the night, dead of the night. They position, even cameras in the night, ultraviolet camera that sees in the night. They position themselves. They stay to know, to understand, to experience. Sometimes you see on camera bizarre actions. They don't care even losing their life. They don't, because they are seeking for knowledge. That is why they are different from you. Because you only that spirit in attack, you run away. You are afraid. You already believe, and you are superstitious. That is what we want to remove from our brains. Seeing is believing. We see, we experience, now we know. Without it, you don't believe. You understand? It increases knowledge. It increases knowledge. Because this superstition is what makes us, push us also backwards. That is why you go to school only to cram to pass exam. Once you cram it, after you start controlling your life, you believe it. Yeah, you make argument based on what you crammed. Oh, Mongo Park discovered River Niger, and you start defending it. That is, it's absolute nonsense. We have to restore a sanitized country, or we don't restore. If we can fight and restore a quagmire, a nation like Nigeria, where there is no rule of law, everybody behaves according to how you think. No institution, nothing. There is no need then. But Biafra is not going to be like that. So I conclude by saying, when we talk about world order, there must be a world order. Do not be hypnotized into believing or accepting that, oh, world order is evil. No. The only thing is that we only fight so that we will not be the sacrificial lambs of the world order. Because there must be people, just like war. If countries are fighting, the generals, they are in their offices on the table. Is from time to time they go to the war front, but heavily guarded. The generals, they are the war planners. There are people that are expendable. The constables, the privates, they send people must go to the how many casualties. The general will ask among 300 boys, how many do you have any casualties? Say, sir. Captain will say, sir, we have 35 casualties. These are human beings, but they are calling them as numbers. But because people must do that dirty job, it is inevitable. But no person wants to be in that position of doing the dirty job. Let us fight so that the world order will favor us. That is only what we are doing. Not that you can change the world order. The world must have an order. Order is law. To put law, there will be no country any country that is orderless like Nigeria. It doesn't function. Nigeria is lawless. That is without order. Because you can offend somebody and he will go and call police. The person that offended you, that did to you bad thing, you call police, he will go and call army. Now, army will come and beat you and your police. It depends on who you know. So there is no order. So we should understand that the world order is not a bad thing. But what is bad there is we being on a disadvantaged path. Are you hearing me? It doesn't matter, even if like the world is shifting from unipolar to multipolar. Even if it is multipolar, it is still an order, a world order. Because before, if everything succeeds and there is a multipolar, before one side want to do something, they will consult the other side. The other side might say no. You see the world now. Look at Israel. How many countries recognize? More than 100 countries, I think, now recognize Palestine to be a country. But America will use veto power and say no. That is an order. World order. ORD. That is law, that put the same way we in our body there is order. That is why you go toilet through your anus. If there is no order, now you'll be going toilet through your hand. There will be a hole in your hand. It is no more order. So there will be orderliness in this world. But that orderliness, let us not be the sacrificial lamb for the peace. No. Do you see the problem? Do you see what we are fighting? So that we be on the safe side. We be on the beneficial side. Because they position the world order. So for Africa, they position Africa to be the supplier of cheap raw materials, both human beings. So that as a doctor in Nigeria, when they offer you employment as a nurse, you are a qualified doctor in Nigeria, but they offer you a lower job in the UK. You are happy just to move a jackpot from Nigeria. Do you see the world order? If they are paying others maybe £3,000, they will offer you £1,500 half, and you are happy. Now let me get out first. You know what? That is the cheap raw material. That is what it means. I have a friend that is crying now every a japa with his family to in this their program to UK. Every day is calling, complaining. Nah, me, I know I will go back. I know this even the job. I don't, come. I said, nah, they force you go. He said, no, it's not even me. It's my wife. I don't want this thing. I don't. I said, then you go back. Waiting. So that is what they want us: cheap raw materials, human beings. So anything, So that is the world order. But we need to fight to remove ourselves from it, because the people that established this world order, they also fought heavily in order to establish the world order as it is today. They fought heavily. Do you know how many Europeans perished in Africa that we are slaughtered, both by resistance, both by sickness, both different ways? These are the sacrifices they paid. In other places of the world, they sacrifice also. So we have to also pay equal sacrifice in order to remove ourselves from the side of the world order we are in. That is the reality. And that is what we preach. Because we have the ability to do so. We have the capability of bringing something positive to the world, not being consumers. To the extent now, they want to start bringing food, staple food from everywhere to Nigeria to remove hunger. That is where they will clear people. People will be dying of more mysterious deaths. And the churches will have a heyday. Prophesying to you that, it's your ancestors, it's your brother, it's your, confusions everywhere. Biafrans, let us be wise. We must continue in what we are doing. There is no going back. There is no going back in this struggle. We must continue in this agitation for the restoration of Biafra, and in a pure way, because we cannot afford to restore a mesmerized nation. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains our ideology. There is this video which I forgot to play. You see, Shetima, the vice president of Nigeria, the way he is virulent, the hatred of restructuring. A so-called democratically elected official, talking as if he's a monarch. It's a spontaneous reaction. You don't know when the thing come out from. Look, listen. Let me close by. Listen to it.
Constricting the journey from London to.
Listen.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot.
Do you see how insulting Nigerians, the whole population, by restructuring my foot? He said Elon Musk is talking about how to travel from America to Nigeria in building things that we apparatus to travel from America to Nigeria in 30 minutes, and people are talking about it. And that idiot, that moron, I said, you don't know that without good governance, without good organization, you cannot achieve development. Nigeria has 200 and something million people, but today hunger is killing. No production. Why? Because of lack of organization. Fulani headsmen are on the rampage. Everybody is in a mess. So how can you talk about development? How can you talk about building spacecraft? It's when you have equity. You have equity and justice. Now peace will reign. Once peace will reign, no stress. Now people, good governance, people will bring up their best. Government will be functioning. Institutions will be functioning. There now you start harnessing from people's best, from people's contributions, talents. But is it Nigeria? We are Minister of Space. I think Nigeria have Minister of Space Technology. He's a Fulani man. Everything they use up there. You don't know. You've a ministry, technological ministry, has been taking federal government budgets for 30 something years, and at the end of the day, they asked the man. They convocated the man and asked him, "What have you achieved?" He said, "We only make kilishi, and it's a technology. You know, it's a technological ministry. They give it to Fulani man. He said, no, they have been making kilishi. And they say, oh, so kilishi that you dry on sun, that is only your technology. For siphoning billions and billions of naira every year from the federal government. You know. So how can you talk about making, whereby if Igbo man, you say Igbo man want to use up power. Igbo man want to dominate. People that have the knowledge, the technical know-how, they don't have any chance. You put people that don't morons everywhere. So these Nigeria is a sham. I am telling you. Britain, I don't know what they created there, but whatever they eat must be dismantled. Nigeria must be dismantled in order to save the human beings that are there. Both Hausa, both Yoruba, everybody. Otherwise, Nigeria is killing it. Look at a country that of 200 and something million with sea bodies everywhere in Biafra land. Because of hatred, nothing. They don't know seaports. They are managing seaports in the smallest state in Nigeria, Lagos. How many seaports there? Gridlock everywhere. Traffic jam everywhere. Accidents everywhere. They say, let us continue managing it. Even to clear your container, no way. It can take you months for it to land even. Something that if they dispatch, they have everywhere in Biafra land, Onisha, Worry, everywhere. You see everywhere, water bodies everywhere to build, but no way. And this man is telling you to develop, invest in technology. How can you invest with this type of mentality, with hatred? Look at Onisha Bridge, the one they build. They are sabotaging it. They are removing so that people will be dying of accidents. I saw the video and marveled. Who can people just use hand to remove it? It must be with any machine assisted. And these are the government is involved in sabotaging all these things. So that people they want us to be wailing always, crying, lamenting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, this is no more time. This is no more time of lamentation. That is it. We must continue what we are doing, and Biafra must be restored. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
Must be transformed into qualitative change. The president, instead of profiteering, these were his own words. That's what I picked. This has been the problem. Aid has been for profiteering. This has been the problem. Now, the World Bank people and